Am I live now? I am indeed live now. I don't know what the hell happened there. Oh, I can mute that now. I don't know what happened there. I clicked go live and it did not go live. I had to click an additional button. Hello everybody. How are you doing today? Right, I think that's all good now. I think. Maybe I should up the volume a little bit. Right, I think that's all good now. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust my volume because I haven't streamed in a while. I want to make sure you guys can actually hear music. How are you all doing today, guys? How are you all doing? Today is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a full GD05 review. How are you? And should be a decent time because GD05 is looking to be a pretty good time. I've got a spreadsheet with all of the cards pretty much ready. So there are, how many cards are actually in this set? 131. And so we will be going through all 131. And I think the reason why I want to do it live, and maybe more live going forward, especially in this kind of format, is because I want to, you know, have like, I guess, the live stream for GDO, well, not the live stream, but the video for GDO4 review was still up, but it's hard to, like, I guess, have it fully, you know, all there, essentially. So I'm just going to have this as like a guide, talk about all of the cards in GDO5. So it should be a good time, hopefully, maybe. We're going to talk about every card, going to review them, and then probably when like GDO4 gets revealed, or not GDO4, GDO6 gets revealed, or we'll come back to this and see if we were right or wrong. Should be fun, at least, right? Should be. Let me turn this off. And so, the whole day, well, this whole stream, we'll be reviewing every single card. We've got a rating system of 1 to 5. We go through all the cards, go through all of the archetypes that are shown up in GDO5, because there is quite a lot of archetypes in GDO5. I didn't realize there was this many, but there are a lot. So it should be decent. Alright, so just make sure that everything is alright on the stream. Live chat. Right, I think that's all good now. Cool. Should we just get into it? Should we start reviewing cards and go from there? Apologies, I'm always looking this side, but my second monitor is here, and I'm just using it for OBS. I haven't streamed in a while. Really haven't. Talk about... Is the audio right? Right, I think that's all good now. Cool. It seems alright. Cool. Alright, let's go into it. So, we're going to go through all of these cards. Let's start off with numero uno in V2 Gundam. So, V2 Gundam, oh, there's going to be so many links, isn't there? Is a brand new League Militaire card, which I was quite excited for at GDO4 release. I thought that Victory Gundam was probably going to be one of the best LRs in the set, and was pretty much right in that. So they're continuing on with the League Militaire archetype here, which I'm actually very thankful for, because I think League Militaire does deserve more support, really. So it's a level 6 4 cost, which is already a little bit awful, which we'll get to in a bit. Has repair 2, and then it can set itself as active by resting 2 of your units. Now, I know that there is a base that you can rest instead of a unit. I think the idea here is that you're supposed to get like a bunch of units. You rest the units, not the units, the parts, sorry. They are units, but you know what I mean. You get the parts, and then you rest the parts, and then you go, wow, I can swing again. And it's not a limiting swing as well. Like usually with like a restand, we usually have kind of like, oh, you can't attack the player anymore, or you can't attack players or whatever like that. This is just a straight up active. And I think this card is actually not that bad. The only issue, however, is that V-Gundam. I'm gonna actually not deck builder, card list. V-, if I can find it, is also level 6 4 cost. So this is competing with this slot, and I don't know how I feel about it. I think this card is amazing, and you definitely don't want to like miss out on this card. And so it becomes a little bit weird for V2 Gundam, right? Now, there is a bunch more League Militaire stuff in this set. But I don't know if I'm gonna have this one open, and then I'm gonna have this as like cards, and just in case we're gonna search it up. I just don't know if it does enough. Weirdly, Repair 2 is nice, and pairing with Uso is nice as well because it is the best pilot, and it just lets you, obviously get a unit straight away for the effect. So, it's a bit of a weird one, right? I think the biggest issue is that it competes with this, and this is way better than this, I think. But you'll still probably play this. Getting a 2/2 LM card is great. Yeah, we'll get to those in a bit. Also, welcome to the stream, Adshan97. Hope you enjoy stay. Yeah, the 2/2 does make this a big difference, especially as it is a 4 cost. Because then you can get like the 2/2, play this out, get the 2/2, get the link, get a restand. It's not that bad. I just think like it's difficult to agree when you have this. So I think for me, it's a 3 out of 5 card. I don't think it does enough to really push the needle for League Militaire. And unfortunately, this card has already been kind of solved in the Banshee Norn, right? But Banshee Norn clears the entire field, where this just swings twice its shields. Now, there are definitely use cases for this, but I think it's a bit more difficult to justify, especially when you have V-Gundam. So I'm going to put 3 out of 5. Next, well, we're not talking about Sarah, we're talking about Strike Freedom. Now, Strike Freedom, whew, this is a card, eh? This is a card. I think this is probably... I think there's like a few cards in this set that are just like really, really good, and I think this is one of them. Blue's getting a lot of good stuff this set, which is what I'll say. Being able to choose one to two of your units, and when they destroy a card by battle damage, draw 1, and then the during pair attack, discard 2. If you do, return at lowest level to the owner's deck. This is obviously a massive boss monster, right? And also links with Kira. Kira's insane in this set because it gives you a draw 1 as well. So, and it's a +2/+2, so it's like 7, 8 in stats. So it's really good stat-wise. It's really good effect-wise. I misread this when I first saw it. I thought this just said when it destroys a unit with battle damage, like a unit. But this just says destroy an enemy card. So it counts with shields and bases as well, I believe. So, yeah. I think the first thing that came to mind straight away is Banshee Norn. Like, I feel like if you're going to play League Militaire, you might play like 1 or 2 of these just so you can get like incredible value from your Banshee Norn if you have a follow-up turn with it, which it can potentially happen. But even in the cases of like, just have like a small field of like 1/1 parts, or just smaller guys in general which can trade into things or swing for game, or get some extra draw that way. I think this card's actually really good. I don't think there's any debating about it. I was a bit iffy about Orb, I think, at the start. But yeah, I think Orb is broken. Not broken, but like really good. And this is the first 5 out of 5. Like, I think this card is just insane, right? Like, it just does everything. Now we get onto Murasame. Pow. Murasame Andrew Waltfield unit. So this is just a level 3 2 cost T4. So actually not bad stat wise. Like T4 is a desirable stat. We see it in the blocker stuff, Lithriff, Flat Militia. Links with a card as well in Andrew. Now I think Andrew sucks, if I remember correctly. You can probably find it real quick. Andrew. There he is. This one gives you repair too, right? Yeah, so it's a card, right? It's a card. Actually, no, I forgot I was going to do this. I'm going to have an extra tab here just so I can search up easier. So if you have an orb pilot in play, draw one. Now, obviously, the idea is that you go this, Andrew, you get the draw one, you get the repair, so it's a sticky unit. Goes to what, a 4/5 in stats? Which is not bad, but Andrew, I think, if I remember just right, it is a level 4 pilot, so you can't immediately link these together. So it's a little bit meh, but it's a draw one, right? It's a draw one, and this deck just loves having draw. Strike, really good. Oh, is someone else in this chat? What did I do? Oh no, I'm searching. I was like, what the hell? Is someone else on this link? I hope not. I made it private. I think this card's good, especially considering other orb cards. If I search up other orb cards right now, oh, I didn't really. Oh no, these are not all orb cards. It's mainly the stuff from GD05 that's really good in terms of orb. So yeah, I think this card's pretty good. Hey Ignition, welcome to the stream. Hope you enjoy your stay here. Yeah, I think you'll probably play this in orb because draw one, pretty good as it turns out. So yeah, I don't know about like the quality of the card though. I'm just trying to think like what else would you play in the orb package? You play this. You play this. Yeah, you probably do play it. Nah. Yeah, I think it's like a 4 out of 5. I think that's where I'm leaning towards that one. Because I think this card does pretty much what Orb wants. It has a body, it can draw you a card, and it doesn't have to be on this unit as well. It's just if you have an Orb pilot in play. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Should we just get into it? Guys, let me actually just checking audio settings real quick. My second monitor is here. This unit as well. It's just okay, cool. I'm fine. So I'm just like very trying to make sure that everything's all right on the stream. Okay, that's Akutsuki, Obashi. Why is the like background like changing so often? Okay, get rid of this now. So this level 6 cost unit. I think this is the card that I said because this is one of the first like important on the FAQ. Important FAQ on the Morris unit. If this unit is paired with an orb pilot, does this effect activate? Yes. Yeah. I'm aware of that. Yeah. It's very important, and that's why it's like a good card. And a 4 out of 5. I wouldn't say a 5 out of 5 because I think the linking, you can't do the link on the same turn, so you can't get an easy draw that way. But it's still a very powerful effect because you still get the draw. So because it's still pilot's connected to it. So yeah. Anyways, we're gonna move on. Akatsuki. I should really look at the FAQ a little bit more though. I think it's on the official Gundam website, right? You know, it might actually be. Oh no, it's fine. The official Gundam website has like the FAQs at the bottom, right? So we might go towards that if we need to figure out something, but I think we're okay for now. If we need to figure out something. Okay. All right. So 6 cost, level 6 unit, 4/4, links with any orb trait pilot, which doesn't really matter. It's gonna be like Kira mainly, so who cares? It reduces for each card. That's orb in play. So lower level orbs do matter. In this case, there aren't really that many. I think this is the biggest issue that I had with this card. You kind of need to get like really early like game, and realistically, you only have like 2. I guess you can have like these 2 as well, but like this is a scaling card that can be really good or really bad. Now, at the moment, it doesn't really have enough level 6 or lower, essentially, to... Oh, no, level 5 or lower, sorry. To really get the bonus for it to be, like, super low. But it's still interesting. It has when linked, return a level 4 or lower. So, it's kind of similar to in AO Strike. Obviously, this is not, you know, HP-based. This is... yeah, that was HP-based. This is level-based, so it can be a bit more restrictive depending on the situation. Like, you can't ping something down and return it back. It's a little bit weird that way, but it's still an okay card. The only issue, however, is that, like, I think you just rather play Hail Strike, so it doesn't feel like a great card in that regard. I was hoping that there'll be, like, a lot more lower level. I don't think there's, like, a 2-2. There's the M1 Astray, but... yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, this one. So I think this card's okay. I don't think it's crazy anymore. I said in the video, or no, in a post on Twitter, that the card could potentially be really good, depending on the you know, future cards. And we did get a really good like bunch of them, but this one, not so much. I'm gonna give this a 3. I think you still play it, but like I don't think it's gonna be like absurd. Right, Strike Rogue. Strike Rouge. Strike Rogue. Oh, Dotty. So this is a 3/4 blocker. I can link with any orb. Spoiler alert, this with Kira becomes a, what, 5/6 blocker? And that's really good. And it also draws you a card. I think this is just a staple in the deck. So... it's a 4. Is it a 5? Like, can this really be justified as a 5? You know what, actually? It is a 5 out of 5. Because I'm only thinking of it in Orb. But blue has got another blocker, you know? And blue having more blockers is actually kind of insane. You're going to be pairing this with white most of the time. So, wow, that Murasami ruling is dumb as fuck. Crazy. I don't know if it's dumb. I think it's just a case of the game state recognizes what happens. So I understand what you mean, but like I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, this being in blue, Jesus. This being in blue is just broken. Blue gets another blocker. I don't think there's like... how many like blue blockers there are? I mean, there's like a few that like have like situational block. There's Zolawat, which is probably the most important one. Guneasy also gets one, which we can talk about in a bit. There are a few ones, but they're like not great, right? So blue getting a blocker, pretty insane. Easy 5-star for me. This one's probably going to hurt me a little bit because this is something that hits a bit close to me in Hashmal. This is a very weird card, I think. Level 7 6 cost once per turn. During your turn, when this unit destroys an enemy card with battle damage, deploy a 2/1 token, and then all the tokens... oh, this unit gains repair 1 for the amount of Calamity War unit tokens you have in play. So this is the only Calamity War card, I believe. Right? Yep. So... there's just nothing here, right? Like... this is the problem. Like, it's a cool card, and I love the fact that this is kind of like a build your own kind of board, but this is just so slow. It's not going to work. It doesn't have a link, so you can't even attack on the same turn it gets played, right? So, I think it's unplayable. Like, you're going to swing once into something, you're going to get your token, and this is going to die. That's what's going to happen with it, essentially. So, yeah. Skip on that one. Right. Ashimar. Titans card. Now, Titans got a little bit of support in GD04, but it didn't really do anything because, spoiler alert, Titans kind of suck, and Jupiterus kind of just does better. But this card, I think, is actually kind of interesting. Level 3, 2 cost, Jiren Link, gets AP +2 and Repair 1, and then Titans trait +1/+4. Now, if I remember correctly, the pilot of choice for Titans allows you to draw a card, right? Where is it? I mean, I guess you can use stuff like Sarah and stuff like that as well, and Haptimus, so it'll probably be used in those decks as well. But if you want to just use Titans, you can use Murasami to draw more cards. I don't think it's that bad. Like, it becomes what, a 5/5 with Repair 1. It's not bad. It's not crazy, but it's not bad. I think, to be honest, I think Titans just needed like a more early game card because everything they've had so far is just kind of mediocre, right? Like, the end game is like locked down. Like, we have Masala, Dio. Locked down, right? But outside of that, not so much. So Ashimar doesn't have Jupiter's choice, so won't get the draw from Haptimus. That's true, but it's still a Link, which does matter. And then it also, you know, gives it, you know, I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a good early game option that the deck desperately needed if it wants to continue being aggro. The only weird thing is now, with the ban list, this card loses a bit more power because realistically you want this kind of effect when you have like a bunch of 2/2s to deal with, you swing into it, you heal 1, then you have like 4 health back. It's a bit of a weird one, right? But I don't think this card's actually bad. In fact, I think it's actually really good. But the only issue is that, do you want to be dedicating this for a during link effect that gets you to a 5/5? That's debatable, right? That's the debatable part. So I don't think it's a bad card. I think it's a decent card. I just don't know where it lands. Stuff like Sarah makes this really cool. Like, I've got my alt art Sarahs, so I'm very happy about it. But what? With Sarah, it becomes 4/5? Not bad. I'm going to put it at... I'm going to put it at 3. I was going to put it at 4, but I think 3 is probably where I want to put it. Deger? Amore! Oh my god. If while you have a non-blue new type pilot in play, this card in your hand gets -2. So, in a perfect world, this is a level 4, 1 cost guy. So, it's not bad, you know? Like, we've had these like type reduction effects before, and they've not really done that much. I think everyone's at the moment is talking about the Jagen, right? The Jagen rush strategies, this one. Because now if you have 2 or more Earth Federations, this becomes a 1 cost drop, 1 drop, like, cool. But this is a more interesting take, I would say, on this card. You only need to have a pilot in play, which obviously is a little bit more difficult, and it needs to be non-blue, so you need to have a new type pilot that is not blue. So let's type new type, and then let's filter with pilot. Okay, new type. So what are we going to look to do this with? We could do it with Zaft. No, we can't. Is it not like showing up? No. Okay. Well, I guess I had to find out for myself. Maybe there's a few, right? Like, you can do it with red, which makes it a little bit interesting, and maybe it works with another thing which we're talking about later. Wait, it's not a pilot though, is it? No, never mind. I was thinking of something else, but it doesn't work with this. But there are a few options here. Tech option for 1 year war, pretty much, right? Like, this is the case of you getting what, maybe like a turn 3 char, and if they don't answer it, you go to like DJ spam. And it's also another thing for 1 year war, the parameter array. So I don't think it's a bad card. Char is green new type. Yeah. I was thinking that the new Phantom Pain cards were new type, but they're not. So we'll ignore that. But it's a choice. So yeah, I think this card is probably going to be around another 3. Like, it's not a bad card. It's not a good card. It's just kind of like a situational 1-drop 3/4, which is not that bad, but kind of need to have it pop off a little bit. It's going to be good for aggro, but aggro needs all it can get. Another League Militaire card in Gun Blaster. 3/4, links with any League Militaire trait. Spoiler alert, it's only Uso, and I still think it's only Uso. It's a vanilla. Look, I'm not going to knock it, because like having another vanilla and just another decent, cheap unit is actually really good for League Militaire. The only issue is that this competes with Gundam Amuro, right? Like, that's the problem. So, I don't think it's a bad card. I don't think it's a great card. I think this is probably like a 2 out of 5. I just don't think it does enough. If this was like a level 3, I think this would actually be really good. But as it's level 4, you're competing with Gundam Amuro in the deck, and I don't think that's changing anytime soon. So, yeah, not great. Strike Rogue, Kira's unit. So this is pretty much the same card, right? Yep, pretty much. But this one's just better. Unfortunately, League Militaire has this really cool thing called Kira Yamato. And unfortunately, Mr. Kira Yamato is just a little bit good. I mean, you can do a -2, so this becomes, what, a 5/5 -2. Pretty good, I'd say. Or it just becomes a 5/6 draw 1. I think just intrinsically this just gets better because of its links. So, but is it like good at anything else? Orb trait, I mean, it can work with Andrew to give you like a repair 2. It's not that bad in that regard. And it's also 2 cost. But if you want to go in the draw 1, it costs you another turn. I think, what did I give? I gave Strike Rogue 5, but that's because it's a blocker. I think I'll give this 4, because I think 4 is fair for that. Calamity and Raider. This is the biological CPU Earth Alliance stuff. Level 5 4 cost. Choose one of your other active Earth Alliance units. Rest it. If you do, choose one rested unit. Deal 2 damage to it. I think ping like this is going to become more valuable because, well, with the ban list, there's now less ping going on. So there's that. But the problem is with this kind of card is that it really requires, well, it sacrifices something that is really important, and that is your swing, right? Like, if you have a board presence already with another Earth Alliance unit, for example, you are sacrificing a swing to do 2 damage to a rested unit. Is that worth it? I think the majority of the time people would say no. And I think that's the reason why this has got like a 2.8, right? Because it just doesn't do enough. Biological CPU is important because there's a new archetype in here called Phantom Pain, which I'm a little bit excited for, which makes this a little bit more playable. But overall, it's just a bit underwhelming, right? Like, this is a 5 cost to do 2 damage. Is it worth it? I don't know. I'm going to say no. Forbidden Gundam, however, I think is a pretty solid card. Now, this is just a when linked, choose a rescue unit that's level 3 or lower, return it to its owner's hand. Obviously, situational, not as great, but I think this actually has a decent place, especially as we're going towards aggro being more like level 3, level 4 area. So I actually think this has got like a small little place, potentially. The only issue is that it needs a biological CPU trait pilot. Now, there are a decent amount, and there are a few good ones, especially in this set. However, it's just hard to justify, right? Like, it doesn't feel great. So, Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go 3 because it's not bad. It's just it's definitely not as bad as like Calamity or Gun Blaster, that's for sure. But it's not great either. Gun Easy. Oh boy. I don't like this card, man. I don't like the fact that blue is getting more and more blockers because I think it kind of ruins the identity of white. That's what I was thinking of. So it's level 2, 2 cost, 2/1 blocker. We've seen this effect, I'm pretty sure, multiple times. There's the Tekkaden worker unit that does the exact same thing here. But the important thing about this card, and it's kind of frustrating, is that it is League Militaire. So it's always going to have like somewhat of an interesting place in that deck because, well, having another League Militaire just means you're able to get draw 1 off your victories. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I don't think this is a good card. I think it definitely got better because of the ban list. The ban list definitely hurt ping a lot, so that's good. But I still think you play the Zolowat because even though you can't attack with it, 3-2 is such a big difference compared to 2-1, especially at the same level and cost. So going to be another 2 out of 5 for me. Javelin. It's what League Militaire needed, right? This is what League Militaire needed. Just a cheap guy they can play to get a draw 1 or get effects off that they need to, you know, get to establish their board or get into the game a little bit with some extra draw. So it's a 5. It does what everything the deck needs, really. And I think now that we've seen the ban list and them limiting all the 2/2s, I think it's quite clear that every deck is just essentially going to get a 2/2, which just fits the role that they need, essentially. So, and it's also a Federation, which is interesting. So, but yeah, I think it's decent. Definitely worth playing in League Militaire. You'll see this in League Militaire. So, yeah, a 5 out of 5 for me. M1 Astray. I mean, it's quite clear about this card, right? Yeah. A 5 out of 5 for me. Alright, so M1 Astray. It's Gun Tank, right? Now, Gun Tank is pretty darn good, I would say. Easily, probably top 10 best cards in the Gundam card game, right? Now, a second one is good, but it's also been limited with Gun Tank. So you either play one or the other. So it kind of feels like a bit of a weird one because it just feels like, why does this exist? But it exists. It's here. So, yeah, overall, for me, definitely think... I mean, like, the card's good, right? And if you haven't got your Gun Tanks already because you didn't play in GD01, you get another chance to go for it again. Orb trait matters a bit because obviously, you know, with stuff like what is it, the Akatsuki, you need stuff on the field to get the reduce. So yeah, look, it's a 5 out of 5 card, right? Like, it is clearly just a really, really strong card. But the issue is that, like, it already exists, and it only matters in Orb, really, that it is a Orb card, so, is what it is. Murasame. Now, this is arse. I think this card's arse, man. Like, it's just deploy an Orb. Well, the idea is obviously, right, you go into this, it's a 2/4, so it's not likely going to die, and then you just go... play the 3/4, whatever, give this high maneuver, free swing, all that good stuff, essentially. It can't crack base, though, so it kind of feels a bit mad about that, so I'm just going to go 3 out of 5. Like, it's an okay card, it's nothing crazy, could definitely be better. This card, however, oh boy, what were they thinking with this card? What were they thinking with this card? Right, we're getting to green now, and I think green's eating well. I think it's safe to say that for the longest time in the Gundam card game, green has been a little bit meh, right? I think we can all agree that green has probably been the least powerful color in the card game outside of wing, right? Like, it's only wing. Like, red, purple, blue, and white have all, like, done incredibly well. Green, not so much. But this card changes it, and this is easily just one of the best cards, not only in the game, but, like, for its archetype as well. Just having Breach 5, and then be able to exile 3 Londo Bell cards, which... This is my only issue with this card, is that we didn't see all of the Londo Bell cards, obviously, beforehand, so we didn't really know exactly what, you know, lower end that you can get into for level 7, but they revealed quite a lot, and it's pretty good. So, being able to just exile 3, and then battle a unit without this even suspending, without a blocker step, without an action step, just the damage step. It has Breach 5, and you can attack again. This card's just nuts. And on top of that, Amuro Ray is just bloody insane. It's just insane. I don't know... Look, if there's any doubt in anyone's mind that, like, they're protecting Amuro Ray, this is proof of it. Amuro Ray is here to stay. And this... I don't know what they're thinking. I genuinely don't know what they're thinking. Yeah, it's just... Let's just slap the 5 out of 5 and let's move on to a card that... Oh, and also, I completely forgot to mention, right? It's Earth Federation still, so you have access to the age stuff, which really speeds this up. Like, it's like you get to discard an Earth Federation, get an EX resource. The level 5 new Gundam gets you an EX resource. Like, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a time to be alive. But yeah, it's a 5. It's a 5 out of 5. Let's move on to Caliban. Caliban? Caliban. When one of your EX resources is exiled from the game, choose one of your units. During this turn, when it receives an enemy damage, reduce it by 3. Enemy damage just means anything. Burn damage, effect damage, whatever. Like, it just covers it. And it just gets to play 3 EX resources. Because why not? Why don't we just give it all just 3 EX resources? Because that's just really cool. My biggest issue with Academy, especially with the GD04 stuff, was that it just kind of did nothing, right? You got these EX resources from the Faract, right? And you just did nothing with them because it did nothing, right? And this card, like, it does at least something. It allows you to at least keep your guys on the field a little bit because you get 3 EX resources every time you use one, reduces it by 3. Not that bad. It's just like, you play this card, and it's like, where do you go from here? Now, there's obviously a command card that is really powerful, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little bit in 2 minds with this card, for sure. I think it's really good for its archetype. I think it has, like, decent applications. It being a 7/5, by the way, is insane. So I think this card's good. I can see it being splashed into, like, new Gundam as well, just to get some additional effects off. So, yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4, I think, on that one. So this is more Londo Bell cards, and this is a searcher. So, in terms of Gundam card game at the moment, we just don't have much search. It tends to be like Char. We also got it with the level 3 G Gundam. G generation stuff, I should say. So it's quite rare we get search, right? This is a search that is on destroy, so it's kind of similar to the Charzaku from ST03. Can link with Londo and Amore Ray, so great. Destroyed, add a Londo Bell, essentially. It's not bad. My only issue is that's 2 HP, but it's going to die. You can get the search anyways, so... It's another good card from Londo Bell. Speaking of good cards for Londo Bell... I can't believe they printed this card. I genuinely can't believe they printed this card. Oh boy. What were they thinking with this card, guys? So you just get Breach Free when you pair with a Moro Ray. That's great. A Moro Ray, by the way, just says you just take 2 less damage when you destroy a unit, so that's really cool. And then on deploy, you just get an EX resource. If there are 2 or more Londo Bell cards in trash, spoiler alert, there will be. And surprisingly, that goes really nicely into your LR new Gundam. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this card's insane. I don't know what else to say. Like, does anyone think that like this archetype's bad? Like, I'm genuinely curious. Like, do people like? We're all in agreement. This archetype's kind of crazy, right? So, we're just gonna go this. And we're gonna call it a day. Oh, I forgot. I just realised what the other card next is. So, age, right? We were just talking about age. Isn't that cool? Age is an archetype that I've actually had a lot of experience with because I used to play it and I thought it was quite fun. I actually thought the deck itself was very fun, rewarding, and just didn't have enough, unfortunately, because of aggro. Like, aggro really just cut it down, so kind of sucks in that regard, but 2 new cards for age in this set. And this is one of them, and this card's just, like, a little bit insane. Action, pay 1, this unit gets AP 4 during this battle. Can't let the poster child have his half-big archetype, right? Well, say that to white base team, because white base team doesn't have much, right? But yeah, when this receives enemy damage, if you have an Earth Federation pilot in play, reduce it by 2. It's once per turn, so it can be slowed down a little bit, but 4/5 stat line can go up to 8/5, not even without a link. And if you combine this with a Moro Ray, what else is there to say, right? Like, what else is there to say? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Don't know what they're thinking. It's not as good as the other one, I should make clear, but this card's still very good, and I think this will see play in age decks. So, but it's like, I think it's just only. Wait, let me think about it. So this could be like a 6/7. Don't make the joke. With a Moro Ray, because you're not going to play a Semu in this deck. You're just going to be playing the Amuro Ray. Maybe you play a Semu. Maybe you do that for because you're going to play like Age 1. Probably not Age 2 because you have new Gundam. You know what? Maybe you do play it. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5. Gundam Schwazet. How do you pronounce this? It has breach free, activate action, so you can do it at any point. Ooh, fun. Exile 2 command cards from your trash during the battle. When this unit receives enemy damage, reduce it by 2. Links with any academy trait pilot, which is huge. I can't describe how huge that is, especially for Dawn of Fold strategies, because Dawn of Fold needs more links, and this is a pretty good one. And they have a lot of commands as well. So I think this card's pretty good. And obviously, if you have like Sletter, it becomes what, like a 6/6 or a 7/6. So not bad. I'm actually gonna give it a 4. I think this card probably will see play in Academy, and it will be good in it, pretty much. So yeah, not bad. GZ 333 2/2. Give it a more array and get an EX resource, because why not? Every deck, I feel like every deck is just getting like a place 1 EX resource card. Like G Generation got it, Londo Bell's got it, obviously Wing got it. So now it's just like it's just everywhere. Like it's all the same stat line. Well, no, the G Generation one isn't, but it feels very samey, and I'm kind of getting sick and tired of just seeing place 1 EX resource. But it's good. I don't know how playable it is, but I will give it a solid 3 out of 5. It's obviously playable, but not too sure on it completely. This card, however, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking. I think green is like Bandai have really looked at green this set and they've gone, oh, this set has not really had like anything crazy in a long time. Like I can't even remember what was in GD04. It was Ferract, right? It was Ferract and Zeong, so Ferract didn't do much. It'll probably do much better now, but we'll see. And then Zeong, obviously very powerful in aggro strategies, but they're taking a hit. So this card's insane. Like, this card essentially just reads Return Amuro Ray. And doesn't that sound fun, guys? Guys, don't you think that's fun? Guys, don't you think that's fun? Return Amuro Ray, guys. You do have to discard one, but spoiler alert, the deck doesn't mind discarding, as it turns out, because they want it to be discarded. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're thinking at this point. Good card. Next, Demi Barding. Level 4, 2 cost, deploy. Searcher for a command card. Links of Chuotri. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I will not attempt to any further. But I actually think this card's incredible. This is a card that Academy desperately needed, like desperately, because it's a searcher for both, you know, the pilots, or the command pilots, and then also just stuff like Overflow, Graceful, another command card that's going to be very powerful in this set. I think it's actually very strong. And it's on deploy as well. Not that bad, I would say. Not that bad. I will give it. See, look, green is like on a roll. Like, look, we started here. Only one on the level 3 out of 5s, at least in my opinion. It's kind of insane. Gundam Aerial Rebuild. This can link with Prospera. Prospera is a really good card, as it turns out. Count up the number of units of Gundam Lifrith / Gunnude in their name, plus this unit. All enemy units that are equal to or lower than that number are deployed rested. So if you have this and a Gundam Lifrith out, level 2s come in rested, and that is pretty strong, I would say. Now, obviously, with the ban list, this did lose a little bit of power, so it doesn't feel that great anymore, unfortunately. But I'm not going to say it's bad. I think this card's actually pretty decent. At least with Prospera, which is obviously a really good pilot, which we'll get to in a sec. But yeah, I think it's decent. It's a low-level unit for... Well, it's not even Academy, actually. It's just quite 0, so... I think this is a 3 out of 5, but it's just because I think Academy in general is kind of like, right? Like, it isn't crazy, but yeah. We've got Jaeger next. This is the Londo Bell 2/2. We're just going to do this, and we're going to move on. Then we can go into Yahigan. Choose one of your London units during this turn. It may choose an active enemy unit with 4 or less AP as its attack target. Very similar to the, what is it? It's the clan card, the Rick Dom, I think it is, which is not a bad card. Obviously, this card would have definitely been more powerful before the ban list. After the ban list, it can still matter, so it's not that bad. It's just you got to have like board presence early on, so I think this is probably the worst card we've seen from Londo Bell at the moment, so sorry to disappoint. How is Rigizi? Deploy, look at the top card of your deck, return it to the top or bottom of your deck. It's okay. Like, it's just another early game unit that they can use to, you know, get a decent amount of draw, or fix their draw patterns, essentially. It's not a bad card. I don't think it's an insane card. We've seen this type of effect multiple times with stuff like Dop, the other Dop. There's a few of these effects. Minerva. So I think it's okay. You'll probably play it anyways, but I just don't think it's, like, insane. Michaelis, another Academy card. On the turn this is deployed, it may choose an enemy rested unit as its attack target and attack it. Not bad, right? Like, it's not bad. This is a nice, like, just kill on sight unit that you can play to answer something, which I don't think is that bad. The only problem is that it costs 3. It's a free level 4. It feels a bit underwhelming, right? Like, it doesn't feel like it's crazy. Academy. One second. I don't know if you can hear that on the stream. I don't know if you can hear that, but it seems like landscaping is happening outside. So apologies for that. This card's okay. Like, Academy needs early game, and you don't have to do this effect, because it says you may, but yeah, I think it's still just like a 3 out of 5, right? Girls, Delanza, level 5, free cost, 4/4 Academy trait pilot, generic. Actually, don't know. I feel like I could be wrong, but I feel like with other generic level 5s, they tend to have just like a 5/4 stat line and not a 4/4 stat line. I think I'm thinking of the GN armor, like Tyria Erde. Look, it's kind of meh. I'm just gonna give it a 2 out of 5. It's a good consistency card. Yeah, it's alright. I should even talk about the other one. The other one, yeah, it's a decent consistency card, but yeah. Kind of meh. I'm just gonna give it its generic link instead of named link. Yeah, it's true. Alright, you've convinced me, Momo. You've convinced me. I'll go to 3 out of 5. Yeah, man. Why does it keep on coming with like Cyberpunk TCG the sponsor? Level 4, 2 cost 4/3 Donnerfold trait. Rating 2.4. I'm trying to think like what Donnerfold does again. I remember the... Yeah, so it works with this. One card. Hope you're doing alright, by the way, Momo. Welcome to the stream. Look, I'm going to be honest. Dawnfall has like one good card. Yeah, exactly. It has one good... Well, no, it's this card. This is the best card in Dawnfall. Just generic recovery. I got a lot of flack for my... I got a lot of flack for my take on Dawn of Fold Academy in GD04 because I wasn't playing enough early game. But the deck just didn't have early game, man. This is another early game option, but just give it 2 out of 5 and let's move on. Let's go to Master Gundam. Let's go to something more exciting. Yeah, Caliban makes it better, but the problem is you've got to get there. Now, obviously, it's more likely you're going to get there now because of the ban list, but it still doesn't do enough early game, I feel. Like, I wish there was a card... You know what, actually? This card right here, right? Is it this one? I wish this was an Academy card, because this is what Academy needs. They just need a generic card like this that just says, link with any Academy trait pilot, place an EX resource. Then I think it would be a really good part. Because in my tournament run with Academy in GD04, I was running the wing one because I just needed the EX resource. So yeah, anyways, that's just my opinion. Master Gundam. Now, I have feelings on MF as a whole, because I do think that this is probably going to be one of, if not the best archetype in the game. Potentially, anyways. This card doesn't do it, however. This card's still good. Essentially just means it's another suppression. Attack, choose 2 special move command cards. Lord of Bells get 2 good command. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's stupid. Like, I don't know why they do that shit. Like, the deck that needs the ramp is getting the ramp at level 8. Like, what are we doing? Remove 2 special move command cards, and then deal 5 damage to the first card in your opponent's shield area. Essentially just means that you're able to do, what is it? Like the suppression, essentially. So it's not bad. It's a little bit underwhelming, I feel, but I think if I remember with Master Asia, I have to remind myself what Master Asia does real quick. Master Asia. Yeah, during Link, if you activate a special move, yeah, so like you can, alongside this, you can deal 2 damage, deal 5 damage to shield, so it's not that bad, and it becomes, what, a 7/7? It's okay. I don't think like this is going to be like the crazy card that you want in the deck, but it's a 4 out of 5. Gaia Gundam. Okay, so I have a lot to say about this archetype, because I've been thinking about this a lot. I really like the more obscure decks in the Gundam card game. That's why I play Purple White, for example. And I think this card's actually good. I've been thinking about it. So Estella becomes a 5/3, which is pretty good. And this card, like, at the moment in the Gundam card game, hand size means so much. Like, if you have like only 2 cards in hand, you're pretty much out of the game at the moment. There isn't that enough draw to really make a comeback. So Gaia Gundam just says, hey, discard 1. Otherwise, I'm just going to get a unit for free. So have fun with that. Have fun with that. Because you don't want me to have a free unit. You also don't want me to you also don't want to discard a card. So obviously the discard a card can be something that can help your opponent's game plan, right? Because there's stuff like Lupus, for example. There's stuff like the Master Gundam, which we just saw, right? Like, there are things that you can do which can be a benefit to you in certain decks, right? Let's make that clear. However, I do like the fact that with whatever decision they make, you get a decent benefit out of it. And it's a really good level 3/2 cost 3/3. I really do think that. And it's only during pair. It doesn't have to be a link as well. So I'm going to give this another 4. The only reason why I'm giving it a 4 is because I do think that Phantom Pain is missing a little bit. So yeah, I'm just going to give it 4. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to give it a 5. I back my boy. Oh, I back my boy. I back Gaia. Gaia's a 5 out of 5 card. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm sure you will, but you can't tell me otherwise. Dragon Gundam. Right, Dragon Gundam. So this is one of the MF Shuffle Alliance cards. All the Shuffle Alliance cards have the similar effect of during link attack, activate the main effect of this paired card. It's pretty much everywhere. It's the constant theme with MF Shuffle Alliance. And the main effect here is that when you destroy a shield area, choose something with 3 less HP, AP, not HP, deal 2 damage to it. Just very good, right? It's just very good. Getting to, you know, play a guy and then gets to activate Psyche. I need to stop closing my tab here. But I think Psy allows you to get Breach. Did I not? That's not correct, right? Am I like hovering over something? Like, am I? Why is it not coming up? It's on here, right? No. Side. Wait, Psy not got a link anymore at the moment. What the hell? Am I going crazy? Oh no, it's because it's named something else, right? Oh, I've got to figure out. Bloody hell. I forgot about that. Right. Like now I've got to search for it to make sure. It's the one that gives you Breach, right? Where is it? Psy. Yeah. So it comes up as this and not the... Okay. It gives you Breach free. Okay, cool. I'm just making sure. I don't know why, like... just let us search for both, man. Whatever. Yeah, it gives you Breach free. So you get Breach free, you get to remove a unit, then you do 2 damage to another unit. Decent. Decent stuff. Ow, Gundam. This is, yeah, this level 6/4 cost. When paired, choose one of your other active, rest it, deal 2 damage to all enemy units that are low level. This would be really insane if before the ban list. Now, after the ban list, it's still pretty good. But I just don't know if this is an instant include, I guess? Yeah, thank you, Momo. So I'm going to go 4 out of 5, because I still think it's a really good card. Like, doing 2 damage to literally everything is very strong. And if you're using... If you still have your EX resource, like, you can still do it on curve. So, not that bad. But yeah, I mean... It's definitely changed a little bit, considering the ban list now. So, it's a 4 out of 5 card for me. Destroy Gundam. Oh, God, I forgot about this card. So this is a level 9/8 cost with the... what is this? The Z Gundam effect, where you get to lower its level and cost by 3. This time, if it's 7 or more in trash, which should be pretty easy to do. Gets Breach free when it's linked. It's a 6/6. That's nothing like... So what? In the situation, it'd be like a 5 cost, level 6. 6/6. It's not bad. This doesn't really excite me, you know? Like, it doesn't really excite me. Yeah, a 5. Right. Gundam Throne 1 GN High Mecha Launcher. By the way, is the stream all good, by the way? Like, everything alright? No issues on... Whoa, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Almost reset my stream key. That'd have been bad. Is everything all good with the stream, by the way? Like, you can all hear everything perfectly fine? So this gives you suppression. You need a Trinity trait pilot, though, which... Not good. And then you can rest 3 of your CB units to deal 4 damage to a unit. Yeah, all good. Thank you. This card's bad. I'm sorry, this card's just bad. It's bad. It's bad. We are moving on. Like, the problem is you need a Trinity pilot. Are you playing Trinity pilots? Unlikely. I don't know. Anyways, Chaos Gundam. Another Phantom Pain card. Attack, choose one of your Phantom Pain linked units. It gains high maneuver for the turn. So the idea is that you play this out from your effects that allows you to play level 4 or lower, or you discard one, and then you're able to give the link high maneuver. It's a cool little combo, but it's definitely not Phantom Pain's like Shining Beacon. It's a bit too slow for an aggro part of the deck, so 2 out of 5 for me. Abyss Gundam. Activate main, support 2, links with a pilot. I need to remind myself what Ayul does. Ayul? This is the good one, right? Yeah, this one gives you +2 during a battle, so not that bad. It doesn't really synergize with the cast that much, but getting +2 from this is pretty nice because it becomes a 5/5, right? So it's not bad. It's not a bad card. There's another pilot as well, which is pretty good, but I think this is probably the pilot that you do play. Most importantly, though, like I know the deck doesn't really exist anymore, but this is a better Buku because that's 2/3, right? But this has a link and everything, so I don't. Is it Buku? Yeah, it's a better version of this because it has 1 extra HP, has a link, and this card was actually not that bad. Like it's not playable as much anymore, but who knows? It could make a comeback. So yeah, I think it's actually not a bad card. I'm actually gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I think. Yeah, that sounds right. Gaia Gundam. During a turn where your opponent has discarded due to one of your effects, this card in your hand gets cost -2. So a 4/3 for 1. We've seen this one before earlier in the set reveal. Now, if I remember correctly, there's only 2 ways that you can discard in Phantom Pain or force your opponent to discard. One's through a May effect and one's through a guaranteed effect. Oh, that's what it's understated or Abyss overstated. I don't know. Like I was looking at it like a bit earlier, and I was like, it's weird that like this is just a better Buku, and Abyss is not only got like an extra HP, which really does matter, by the way. Like the extra HP is a huge deal, but you also get Link, and the Link's good, so it's a bit weird. But yeah, anyways, Gaia Gundam, it's a nice little payoff, right? It's not gonna be anything crazy. Little 3 out of 5. Shining Gundam. It's a 2/2 MF Shuffle Alliance. Now, it's not a bad card. It's it's a 2/2. Like it's totally fine. My only issue is that I don't know if MF or Shuffle Alliance like really values like really early game. Oh no, it does with the Shining Gundam. My bad. We are going to just move along and put this in 5 out of 5 because the 2/2s are just really good for their strategies. Because I forgot this is a unit card and not a command card. Alright. Nero's Gundam. MF 3/2. These ones are a little bit weird, right? Because they're not bad stat-wise. And they do break base, but they just never see play. Like, they never see play. I always find it weird. But it is what it is. Sorry. So I'm just gonna put this at 2. Like, it's an okay card. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it. Nah, I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. Ashmal's the only one that has a 1 out of 5 at the moment, and for good reason. Right. Where are we? Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Gundam Rose. So, similar effect. All the shuffle lines have this. George Desand. Survey says Can't click on him. Which means it's time for me to look at here. Just gives you an AP boost. I think this is probably the weaker ones of the like Shuffle Alliance. Like, spoiler alert, not these two are the best. -2 resting. So it's hard to justify these two. This one's the better one for sure. I think this is probably the worst one. And as it only has the link effect, I think we're just gonna go with a 3 out of 5. It's not a bad card, nothing like that. Still very powerful. It just doesn't do a lot, right? Like AP, like being high is nice and all, but you know what also helps? Dealing with your opponent's cards the easiest way possible, and that doesn't. So yeah. Chaos Gundam, another Phantom Pain. This is a breach free, has a link with Sting Oakley. It's alright. You know, it's just an alright guy. Obviously, with other cards, you might be able to, you know, get like additional things with support, and also you might be able to play this for free from the LR. So it's cool. It's cool. It's probably like another 3 out of 5, right? Like it does its job. It does its job alright. Abyss Gundam NA mode. This is another card that forces your opponent to discard if they have 4 or more cards in their hand. They probably will have 4 or more cards in their hand, and this is a guaranteed discard, and it helps you get your value from the other. What was it? The cost reduction guy. So it's not bad. It's not a bad card, right? It's probably second or third best unit for Phantom Pain. That's what we go with. A nice little 4 out of 10. Exas. This is another. Yeah, this is the 4/2 level 3 2 cost Earth Alliance traits. So it has a bit of weird synergy because there's a lot of Earth Alliance traits in like blue and green, for example. So it's not that bad actually. 2 HP isn't as bad anymore because of all the limits that have happened in the recent ban list. So I think they're pretty much spot on with this. EX Burst. So we're gonna go 3 out of 5. Gundam Kyrios. Now, I remember when this card got revealed, and a lot of us in our personal Discord were talking about this card because a majority of people think that this card is pretty darn good. Now, I will say I do think it's good, but I don't know if it's like incredibly good. Especially as we're now moving less away from aggro decks, right? This is just kind of like a free one. We've seen this before in CB as well, where they've kind of like had a similar like stat line and didn't do anything. FYA. Oh, Earth Alliance. Does that change anything actually? Earth Alliance. Oh, you get access to. Lol. Okay. Thanks for letting me know about that. I forgot about that. So you're probably combining it with blue. No, you probably want to combine it with white as well. What do you combine it with? Probably just like stuff like this, right? Yup, white Kira Link. Yeah. It's pretty good. It's pretty darn good. I actually got to think for a sec. So what? In this deck, you play. It's an aggro-ish deck, right? So your top end's probably be like Ale Strike. You can still run blue, red as all CPU guys are Earth Alliance. Yeah. I'm just thinking, like, if you're going like aggro, you can definitely just play Ale Strike and then just go Kira, and it's just a bounce so you can swing, and it slows down the opponent. So this is the, you know what? Let me type in biological. So there's only one blue biological. And just when it's linked, can't block. And then red white don't care about the additional, as they'll put them under everything under. Yeah. Resting a block is pretty good. And this is clearly like an aggro deck, right? Does that change my thoughts? I think it does. I think it's still just like a 3 out of 5 card. Obviously, if it was Earthfed, I could, like Earth Alliance, Earthhead. If it was Earthfed, it would be way better. But yeah, you're right. Right. Thanks for letting me know. By the way, I forgot about that. But there is a difference. But yeah, I was a little like too crazy about this card. I definitely see there is a place for it, but I don't like this type of effect really, because if you want this, then you should just play like close combat, and then you have it as an option for what was it, the action phase as well. So I don't know how I feel about this card. I think it's okay. We're gonna put it at 3 out of 5, I think. Alright, we are what? We are 48 cards throughout the set review, guys. And it's been, Jesus, an hour, almost an hour and a half. How are we feeling about this set, guys? Like, we've talked about what? Red, green, and blue. So let's do a little bit of catch up on this, right? So, I clearly think that Orb is going to be very strong. Obviously, a little archetype called Londo Bell is going to be very strong as well. I also think that Phantom Pain have a little bit of things going for them. Not too sure if it's going to be good enough, but exists. What do you guys think of the set so far? Just talking about this point onwards. So I'm kind of curious. Like, do you think like I'm missing something? Maybe. Anything you disagree with, I guess? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just trying to think, like, is there anything that I've, like, maybe missed the mark on? A lot of exciting new archetypes. Yeah, that's true. Londo Bell's gonna be exciting. Orb didn't really have an archetype before. Like, it was just the freedom, right? So, it's good that that's getting fleshed out a bit. Phantom Pain is definitely interesting. Feels like the set has high floor but a low ceiling in terms of card power. Not too many broken cards. Yeah, I get that. I think at the moment, like the LR cards, I think they realized they needed a ban list after seeing all the new 2/2s they planned. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a bit weird, right? Because they clearly knew there was an issue with the 2/2s, right? And they just kept doing it, right? They just kept on going, yeah, let's continue with the 2/2s, and then they had to make a change on the ban list, obviously. Set is great though. Yeah, I mean, it's from the half we've gone through, it's pretty good. I think the biggest miss, like, of this whole set at the moment is V2 Gundam. I just don't. It's not clicking with me. It's not clicking with me. That's a shame, because I do like League Militaire. New Gundam, I mean, we could say what else we want about that. It's an insane archetype. I think so far it's actually been pretty good. It's better than GD02, and we'll leave it there. I think the problem with GD02 is that it suffers from a brand new color coming into the card game, and unfortunately, they haven't really done a good job of supporting the GD02 archetypes that much. Like, if I was to go GD02, like what? Like they haven't really done much with Titans. They've done more stuff like with Jupiterus, I would say. Earth Alliance. Jeez, that's a 0-2. That's a 0-1. I didn't even know that. That's hilarious. I've never seen that card in my life. Age hasn't really got like its shine. Maybe it will now in GD05, but not for its own archetype. Yeah, Epion's pretty nice. Cubalee's pretty good. Visago, like, it had a small place, but like, there's not been any like new UNE cards in a long time. Vulture kind of just like exists. AU is just like dead in the water. My beloved Gjallarhorn just doesn't exist. Yeah, it's definitely not a great set, is it? It's definitely not a great set. That's for sure. I just think they just haven't done a good job of like really exploring these types of cards. Like they just haven't. Obviously, the main thing with this set is just Tekkadan, right? Like Tekkadan. There's vegan stuff in here as well. Forgot about that. Like, they really just like missed the mark with like supporting these further down the line. Oh, it happens. Right, so we've gone through 3 colors, so it only leads to 2 more colors, purple and white. And then we've got like all the commands, we got all the bases, pilots, which there's a specific pilot which is very good. I don't know what it's called though. So let's get into purple. Actually, let me just have a little bit more of a sip of some. God. All right. So let's begin with purple. Now, purple has got some stuff, and I think this is probably the best card that they've got in Sazabi. Now, this card is no joke. I don't know what they were thinking with a card like this, but I think it's very powerful, and it's such a cool and unique thing for Neos, or Purple Neozone, I should say, going forward. Suppression, attack, destroy one of your own units. If you do, destroy one of their non-battling units. Links with Char. But this does a lot more, like a whole bunch more. Like, this allows you to... let me actually quickly go back onto the GD05's page. There we are. It'll be better to explain it like as a whole, I think. So like with Sazabi, you could destroy a card like this, and if you destroy this by an effect, this goes back to your hand, so it's a resource engine. On top of that, the charges lets you play a base for free. And then also the Axis is just an insane base itself. So there's a lot of interesting things going on here. In testing, I think Neo Xeon is neat, but there's so much self-harm that you can't keep up with faster unit heavy archetypes like Victory. You're left on the defensive for a single play. Yeah, I can see that. Also, welcome to the stream, Denkai Gundam, or Denki Gundam. Let me know how it's pronounced. I do agree. Like, it's definitely like everything is in one basket, but the one basket is very powerful. And also, with aggro taking a hit, it still exists, but taking a hit, I do think that an archetype like this can exist. But I do agree. Like, Victory just has a lot more tools currently. I could see Sazabi being a really good deck in GD06. You know, like it feels like a deck that just needs, you know, that one extra bit of support that can really break it. Because the biggest problem with Sazabi is that it needs to delete a unit, right? Now, there is a good unit that you can delete in the Jagadoga, right? Like, this is just a free resource engine, pretty much, for the deck. But it needs, like, another one, and also needs another deletion outlet to make it worthwhile, right? I think the other deletion effect is the... It's just this one, right? If I'm correct? Yeah, the Jagged Doga, which allows you to delete a unit to then make this active. And that's a shit effect, really. Like, it's not great. But it exists, right? It's a thing that exists. So... I like Sazabi. I think Sazabi as a card is very strong. It's a very telegraph play. Like, if you can deal with it before it comes to threat, then that's good enough. There's a lot of good value in it. I just don't know if it does enough currently. But Sazabi is definitely a 5 out of 5 unit. At least in my opinion. Because this does everything the deck wants to do. It's just that the rest of the archetype isn't there yet. At least in my opinion. Speaking of archetypes that aren't there yet, the purple side of CB. I can't lie, when I saw this card, I got really, really scared. Because I was like, oh, the last thing that Blurple needs is a Death Touch swing. And you can play this in aggro variants now. Obviously, it's less likely now because of the pair limit, but... It's an annoying card, right? Like, it is an annoying card that can just really throw you off at the worst of times. So, to Death Touch, links with Setsuna. Spoiler alert, you're not going to be linked with Setsuna that often. When it's destroyed, place the top 2 cards of your deck into your trash. Some of that is desperately needed in the purple CB for the... what is it called? The Exia Transam. So you can get to your destroy effect, and it becomes really decent in that regard. It's a good card. It's a good card. It would have been crazy if it was still aggro possible. So it's not, though. So I'm going to put it at 4. I'm going to put it at 4 because I still do think that the best way to play CB is going to be green-red. Purple, I just don't think it has enough. Now... This one hurts. This one hurts. Gundam Barbatos Lupus Rex. This is, like, my dream. Like, for those that don't know, right, actually. Let me go onto camera. Hello. Where is it? I think it's down here. For those that don't know, I collect all of the IBO alt arts. In fact, I've got, like, my deck here, which is, like... sorry. Like, I'm trying to get all alt arts for, like, the deck. Like, this is my favorite series. Like, I've got a winners here, like, all that good stuff. Like, this is my favorite series, right? This... Oh, actually, let me show you. I have other things in here as well. Like, I've got, like, a bunch of this stuff, right? Like, I'm getting play sets of them all. It might look a little empty, it's because it's in a deck at the moment, but, like, I am trying to get literally everything. I'm trying, right? However, this card sucks. This card is fucking buns, bro. What did they do to my boy? What did he do? Why did they do this? What do they do to my boy, man? That Lupus Rexar is going to be dirt cheap. It's not, though. That's the problem. It just doesn't hit. Like, well, the alt art's really good, right? The problem is, though, like, with all, like, it doesn't matter what, like, Tekiden alt art is. They are always expensive. Like, First form, obviously very playable. Rebake, obviously very playable, but only in purple white at this point. A lot of the old arts are a lot of money for IBO stuff. So I can see this being quite expensive, which is the worst part. Which is annoying. That I do agree with. I do think this art is way better than the old art, but I haven't seen the old art in person. I haven't seen this in person, so I think the colors pop more on this. Actually, let me. They post on Twitter, right? I mean, they post this, right? I'm sure you can see that. Yeah, it just seems a little bit dark, right? But this where is it? This one looks really nice. So I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. Anyways, we're not talking about arts. Like this is my problem. Red purple is the best way to play CB. Do you think Dose? I don't think I agree with that. I think Aliulia with lock-on's pretty good. Maybe it changes now, just the ban list, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm not too happy with the Lupus Rex. Lupus Rex too much, but it doesn't hit. Yeah, I know. Like it just sucks, right? But let's talk about this card, right? Level 7, 6 cost. So already, we're already like at a bad spot, right? Because this already like is competing for Lupus, and Lupus is an amazing card. Like Lupus is what makes Purple White run, right? The 4/6 stat line is okay, right? It's whatever. The effect increase the unit's AP by the amount of damage it's received. Sure. And then at the end of the turn, you may choose one of your units, deal more damage to it, so it's active. Now, I don't think it's like bad. It just forces your opponent to have the interaction to deal with this card, right? Because if you just constantly set your stuff as active, they need to have the answers to go into this to the attackers, right? And it's kind of similar to like Zeta Gundam from the G Generation deck, where like if you just don't deal with it, it's just a constant swing in your shields, right? And it's powerful for that, I think. But it's very difficult to justify playing this card, right? Like it just is. It just doesn't do enough. I'm hoping that Lupus Reserve has a nice interaction with him. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. There's an interaction with a Lupus in this set, which is was interesting. I don't think it's bad, but like oh, it's so not great, is it? Like it actually hurts me to think that like an LR that is like IBO related is bad. But it is. It just is. It sucks, man. Oh, not like this. Not like this. Right. We've got to move on. It's like after a bad breakup, you just got to move on. Suzabi. Choose one of the other units. Destroy it. Yeah. If you do, place the top 3 cards of your deck into the trash. Add one Neo Zeon unit that you add to your hand. It's just so expensive and just feels like a little bit underwhelming, right? Like is the deletion effect worth it for the draw or the search? Like you might not be able to find a Neo Zeon unit card, so you're just deleting a guy for the sake of deleting a guy. It's like a free. It's a free. It's a free. Quest is Jagged Doga. Now this is the deletion one. That's my pose after holding it in for 2 hours. Momo's had enough. Momo's had enough. Jagged Doga. This is obviously the best card, deletion-wise, for the archetype. And again, for what the deck is trying to achieve, it's a 5 out of 5. What the deck wants is a good deletion target, and this is the best deletion target that you're going to get. If you just add it back to your hand, right? And that's good enough. So easy 5 out of 5 for me. The thing that you want in the deck for your destroy effects, obviously that might change with like another set, but overall, definitely the one that you want. You're not fucking Sazabi. Alpha Azero, level 8, 7 cost. I've not seen this card before actually. Blocker. Once per turn, when one of your units is destroyed by an effect, draw 1. Level 8. A level 8 blocker, 6/5. Ew. Robert, ew. Robert, ew. Alright. Chat, I need chat. I need you to answer a simple question, right? Oh bloody hell, where is this card? Would you rather play Alpha Aziru, a card that might draw you a card and is a blocker and links with something that I assume is pretty bad? Or would you like to play a card that does draw you cards? Look, man, look, this card's buns, and it's lower cost as well, bro. This card's buns. This card's buns, bro. It's literally only that level because of the last 5 minutes of the film. Bro, it can stay at a low level. Give it 2 out of 5 and let's fucking move on. We're done, bro. Right, Destiny Gundam. Destiny Gundam. Jesus, 4.8 rating, man. People on EXPerts are going crazy. They're rating this like 5. That's crazy. Anyways, level 8, 7 cost, 5/6, first strike. Woo-wee. Shinosuka. Woo-wee. And then when you take battle damage, reduce it by 2. So if somehow you don't die, if somehow you don't kill the thing, reduce it by 2, I guess. This card is very powerful, but it is a very like win more-ish card. The effect of just being able to reduce anything by 2 is pretty good. So I actually think it's like a 4 out of 5 card. It's a nice little 8 late game unit that Minerva, Squad, and Zaf can use. So I back it. And the ult art's good as well, right? This is the good ult art. The Force Impulse is actually better for the... Oh. Yeah. I'll get you. Was it the ult art get shown off with us the other day? Yeah, they did, man. The ult art looks sick. I'm a man of the people. And the people say Destiny's sick as hell. Yeah, good cards. 4 out of 5. Gira Doga. Level 4, 2 cost 3/4. Can link with any Neo Zeon trait. It's an alright card, right? Like, it's not anything crazy. Like, it's just a little cycle, you know? Yeah, it's like a free. This is the other deletion effects. So there's 3 deletion effects. There's only one like proper payoff, unfortunately. This one says she was active. Actually, you know what? I should probably do some. I need to check what these pilots do because I actually don't know what the pilots do. So maybe I'm just like wrong. So this one links with Guillaume. While this unit is Neozon, it gains blocker. Yeah, but do you want to be playing that with Char when you want to be playing double Char? I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. I've not seen this card before either, but it's a Tekken card. Oh, okay. Level 4/3 cost 4/3 blocker. Wait, hold on. This might be the best card known to man. Wait, Jenny, this might actually be. This card actually might be cracked. Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm trying to think. So, like, I've been playing Purple White pretty much non-stop, like, competitively. And I'm just trying to think, like, this is what the deck really needed. Like, we had Hajiro Boshi. Oh, God, I've taken out the... I keep on doing it. No! We had the Hajiro Boshi, which is this one, which gains block if you have a base, right? Like, whoop-de-fucking-do, right? But this one... Also links to attack and trade as well. This is what the deck needed. Also, this is the thing that annoyed me the most with Hajiro Boshi. It's not a Tekken. I know it's not technically, but it's like, come on, man. Come on. This card is easily a 4 out of 5. Alright, you ready to read one of the weirdest cards known to man? Attack. Choose one of your active Gjallarhorn units. Rest it. If you do, draw 1. This unit gains time maneuver during this turn. The thought of playing a Gjallarhorn card in my deck just feels disgusting. Ah! Ah! What the fuck? So not only have you got to have a Gjallarhorn in deck, you've got to have it in play, you've got to rest it, and then if you do, your reward is a draw 1 and high maneuver. I hate this so much, so do I, bro. What the fuck were they doing, bro? I mean, this card basically screams, you're playing Pale in set 6, right? You get Impale. I mean, you'd hope so. Yeah, we all get it. It's just like, why are we doing this? Like, because when I saw this card, so like, when the set list came out, it was only on the Asian website, or Asia website, like English Asia, and you could look at the effects, and this is what I saw, and I was like, whoa, what the heck is going on here, essentially? And then I looked for Gjallarhorn, and there was no Gjallarhorn cards in the set, so I was like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, at least make it playable. Look, it's whatever, right? Like, I'm doing it, guys. It's a 1 out of 5. It's a 1 out of 5. It's a 1 out of 5. And it makes me sad, right? Like, this card should not be a 1 out of 5. A Looper should not be a 1 out of 5, right? But this card just sucks, right? This is a 5/4 that can link with Mika, right? Who gives a shit, right? You've got to have a board on the field. I love the art too. I think the art's great. But, like, you have to have a unit on the field. And that unit has to be Gjallarhorn. And then you gain high maneuver and draw a card. It's not worth it in the slightest. And you know what, right? The thing that really hurts this is the ban list. Because there could be an argument where you go, you know what, I'm going to play Greys, right? The Gjallarhorn one, right? So you can have like an easy way of getting a draw and high maneuver. There's an argument for that, right? Because the deck doesn't have high maneuver and it's very valuable because of that. But it doesn't exist. So it's a 1 of 5. I'm sad. Gundam Floros, Ryuseigo. I think this card, when I saw it got revealed, was pretty good. Now, things have changed since then, right? We are saying goodbye to a lot of level 2 or lower cards. So an effect like this doesn't seem as powerful, but in a situation where there are loads of level 2s in play or lower, like tokens, you clear 3 things on the field, right? You clear 2 level 2s if you do the deploy and attack on the same turn, which you will, and then you also get to just swing into a guy. And then maybe you kill something else with a Mikazuki pilot as well. So pretty good. It's pretty good. The ban list just hurt this card though, so I think it could have been a 5 out of 5 card, but now it's more of like a 4 out of 5, I think. Gira Dogra, 2 cost 2, 3/1 blocker if you have another Neo Zeon player unit in play. Moving on. Still can't believe we're not getting the ban list for in Rotherham. Yeah, I know, right? Like, yeah, I'll be there. I think. Yeah, I should be. I should be going. But I'm just like, man, I wish I was playing the ban list. But also, it's on GD05 release weekend, and it's like it just feels so bad because the pricing for Gundam Regional sucks. So I'm just like, oh, why this? Oh look, it's a Neo Zeon 2/2. I can't believe they're rating this 3.3, man. You lot. A 2/2 is always going to be good. Actually, you know what? In this case, it should be a 4. The reason being is because Neo Zeon just doesn't really have, like, a great use for a 2/2. I think me and Scooby are still going up. See you up there. Yeah, cheers, man. See you. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Yeah, the 2/2 in this set, like for the purple Neo Zeon stuff, isn't as powerful, right? Like it just isn't. So, yeah, who cares? Wait, is it next week actually? It is next week? Oh god, I haven't booked like I haven't like booked like a hotel or like travel or anything like that yet, and I still got to do that. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, I'm gonna. That's long. That's a long time. We'll see. I just hope the hotels aren't that bad in Rotherham, please. 25th, yeah, I know. Got time. Yeah, I got a week. I actually think the hobby Hizak is really strong for Neo Zeon since it enables all chart low cost aggro decks. Yeah, but like, I mean, right? Okay, you've convinced me again. They're all just 5 out of 5. The 2/2s are all 5 out of 5s. Okay, you win. You've won, Momo. Wait, I'm gonna quickly Google how much a hotel costs in thingy. I don't think I'm gonna like the number I'm gonna see. That's the issue I have. Rotherham, yes, I would love to go to Rotherham. Yes, I would love to come for these days specifically. Yes. I'm gonna assume it's like 300. It's like it's not as bad as I thought, but it's still not great. Also depends on how far away it is from the venue. Anyways, that's enough of me feeling dismayed by this. Jagadoga. Level 3/2, cost 3/2. Look, right, I don't understand this because a lot of the like ones in GDO2 and GDO3 were just like generic, like for their archetype, where it's just a 3/3. Why is this a 3/2? With your 3s, you get a 3 out of 5. Forest Impulse Gundam. Now, I think if the prices in Rotherham have spiked, look at Sheffield. Magna is pretty close to Meadow Hill Shopping Centre. Yeah. The issue is that where I currently am, it's a bit difficult to get to said. Well, I can get to Sheffield. I can definitely get to Sheffield. Rotherham's a bit of a weird one. Right, now I'm going to look at trains from Sheffield to Rotherham real quick. I just load up maps and not train line. Good job, me. I type? I can't type. Ravarim Central. Let's just say we go on the day that we're going. Maybe that might help. Oh, it's not that bad. I was expecting a lot worse, to be fair, when it came to Magna has a tram station, I think. It's like a £3 train. It's not that bad. How far away is it? I'm not too sure if I want to be doing my planning for Rotherham right now, but you have definitely opened my eyes to the to looking at said things. So wait, where are we? Why can't I find Sheffield on the map? Because I'm not north enough. That's why. So wait, they're at the Magna Science Adventure Center, right? Is that what it's called? Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. Can you tell I have not done any research? I was not planning on going until literally last night. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it, I'll just go. Because Season 2 prizing has not got me excited in the slightest. So, yeah, I should be going. Like 4 of us going, I think. So, should be a good time. Alright, right, sorry. Back to the review and not me self-indulging into what I should be doing for traveling to go to an event. Force Impulse Gundam. I think this card is insane for its deck because returning a pilot in any situation is very powerful because this game is built on 2-card combos, and the fact that you're able to get a 2-card combo and have access to it with just by bringing this back is pretty good. Now, it doesn't link with the Shin. Links with the worst pilot in the Minerva Squad lineup, but it don't matter. It's still a 3/4. It has a decent effect. So I think this card is pretty good. Go 4 out of 5. Because there are still situations where like you want to like bring back another one, for example, right? Like you get it. You get it. Landman Rhodey, another Tekken card. I can't believe they actually printed this. I think it's so funny to me. It's not bad, but like it's not great either. This is like a 2 out of 5 card for me. Right, that took way longer than I expected to go through purple units. Jesus. What are we doing? Right, okay. Let's get to white now. Shining Gundam. Boy. What a card. What a card. Shining Gundam. Just remove 2 guides from the game, and then if you do, just add a command to your trash. And then when you attack, you get to activate a resource. So I don't know what to say about this card other than it's really good. If I remember correctly, the special move cards are pretty good. I think one of them is like a close combat, and then the others are like all counters. He do be a bright boy. He do be. Oh, it does counter these ones as well. So you can either get a pilot, or you can get Shining Finger, or wasn't there another one? Sorry, but there's another one. It's like a. Am I forgetting it? Is it not showing up? It's another finger, right? I have not watched this series, so I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I should watch it. Darkness finger, yeah. All right, yeah. What was it like? Where is it? Why is it not coming up? Like it does work, right? Special move, yeah. So it gets like a draw one, like, and then if I remember correctly, Domon's insane. Like Domon, I don't know what they're thinking with Domon, mate. Where is he? Where is this guy? Darkness finger, yeah, yeah. I don't know why it didn't show up on the list. This card's insane. I don't know what they're thinking. I'm going to say this right now. I do think that NF Shuffle Alliance is probably be one of the best decks in the format, if not the best deck in the format. I just think this deck has like so much going for it in a fundamental way. Like, it can use its commands and then link with units straight away. It has great special moves / coverage across the whole archetype. The pilots are good. The units are good. Like, I just feel like this is going to be like one of the best decks in the format. And this card is just the poster child for it. Just get a card back to you from your to your hand, and then just activate a resource, and then yeah, like next. Oh yeah, I forgot about this card as well. I hate G Gundam as a series, so how strong? It happens, right? It's unfortunate. So Wing Gundam 0, get suppression if there's a wrestler unit, enemy unit in play, not a wrestler unit, and then you get a wrestler unit attacks. Just what Wing needed, right? Just a decent early game pressure. We're just gonna. Do I make the argument that it's not a 5 out of 5 and I think it's a 4 out of 5? You know what? I will, right? So Hero, if I remember correctly, this one allows you to get -2. The new one, right? Yeah. When you destroy a unit. When you destroy a card in the enemy shield area. I don't think it's like incredible. Like, it's still good, don't be wrong. But like, I don't think it's like insane. I think it's 4 out of 5. And the reason being is because I do think the normal Wing Gundam from the starter deck is still very strong. And I think it still will have a place in the meta because it's just very strong. And obviously you can combine this with the old Hero as well. And it becomes, what, a 8-6, which is pretty good for a level 6. But I do think that the old Wing Gundam is pretty good as well. So I'm going to put it 4, I think. Shining Gundam. Level 6/5 costs 4/5. Links with Domon. Great pilot, obviously. Druid Link attack. Gets AP +2. So you ain't killing it. And then when you use a special move, command / action, this unit gains suppression. It just reminds me of the 4th form. Because it kind of just has like a similar effect. It's just like, it gets suppression sometimes, right? And that's good enough. And I think this card is really good. I don't know if it's like 4.6 good. I'm thinking more of like a 4 good. Gundam Maxter. During your turn, when this unit destroys an enemy unit with battle damage, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal one special move command card among them, add them to your hand, and then you get to do the effect, add them again. Now, what does Chibadi do again? I need to make sure. Oh, but it's not going to be. Okay, it's actually a chop. This one's the -2 one, right? So it becomes a 4/3, -2 when you attack. Get to do a search. I think this is probably one of, if not the best, like main like command to pilot effects that they have. Being able to search is very powerful in the game. Being able to do -2 as a main effect, all good stuff. Tool Geese Trois. Unbelievable. During this turn, we destroy an enemy unit. With battle damage, choose one rested unit. It has to be linked. Says active. It can't attack during this turn, so it's just a constant like back and forth engine. I don't think this card's that bad. I just don't know if this is what Epion needs, essentially, because you'll be playing this in Epion with Zex. So I don't know. I can't remember what the new Zex does. Let's have a look. Zek. This one does, yeah, if it's battling, it does -AP. It's the command one. But I mean, if you're able to do this, get a card off it, so you go like what, 6/5. Still is active, so it's hard for your opponent to deal with. I don't think it's that bad. I just don't know in what world it works, I guess. Go 3 out of 5. Doesn't even restand the Epion. Yeah, I know, right? It's so weird. But it restarts itself. That's something, right? Sandrock, attack. If you have another G/Preventer in play, choose one enemy unit, gets AP -2 for the turn. Links with probably the most hype. Well, not one the most, because the most hype is Kira and Amuro, but the one that kind of like surprised everyone, linking with Quattro. I don't think this card's great, but I think the link definitely does make it better. Kind of essentially just like a mini Gundam Amuro. It's just instead of being able to get the AP +1 across your whole field and, you know, the repair 2, you're just giving it AP -2, and you need to have another one in place. So it's kind of like the poor man's Gundam Amuro Ray. I don't think the unit's good. I think the pilot's way better. So I'm going to go 3 out of 5. Rising Gundam. What are they? Another banger from the Bandai card game team. When linked, choose one enemy unit with 4 SHP, rest it. Level 4, free cost. And we just have this like small little mechanic that allows you to like pilot when you use a command. So you just go into Chibity, and then you may pair it with one of your MF units. Oh, and then you just get to just do what you need to do, I guess. Like, I think this card actually genuinely makes me worried, but also, like, it's such a good card for MF/Shuffle. So, you know what? I think this is a 5 out of 5. Genuinely, like, this is like a generic, you know, effect, essentially. Like, with Gundam Fighter, everything has Gundam Fighter. Allows you to rest a unit. Allows you to get an effect. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Ultron. Level 7, 5 cost. Links with Chang. We all know what Chang does. Choose one rested enemy unit and where we set as active. We've seen this type of effect before, and it's kind of always just been meh. Like, it hasn't really caught on as much, and overall I think people are very meh on these types of effects. But it is a 5/5. Like, it's a beefy thing. It's in white. Has G-Team. I just think, like, for the same level and cost, you can just do so much better. So let's go 2 out of 5. There's, like, a card called, like, Moment of Rest or something like that, I think it's called. Yeah. Which allows you to essentially do the exact same thing, but for 1 cost. And is the 5/5 body worth it? I'd beg to differ on that one. Noins, Doris. Preventer, destroy to draw, discard 1. Who cares? Royal Gundam. 2/2, 3/2 blocker that can't attack. A very nice MF effect. Now, this is obviously more focused on late game for MF. Well, not late game. Well, yeah, late game, because I feel like a lot of the cards we've shown off so far have been like combo pieces and stuff like that. This one's just kind of whatever. Can't attack the shields, so it's kind of meh. But it's not necessarily they have their own like archetypal one. And I can't lie, like I haven't seen this series, but the gun, it's pretty fucking sick. So honestly, I don't think it's a bad card. The problem is that Zawar has like gone in and out of favor, I would say, a lot of the time since I've been playing. So not too sure if it's like the powerhouse stat line, but we did see it with like blue with the Zolowat. So you know, I'm gonna give it just a healthy 3. I think this is actually quite accurate. Bolt Gundam. So this is another MF Shuffle Alliance. So this one is Argo. So Argo does, I believe, the resting one, right? Level 4 or lower, rest it. So it's not a bad effect. Not a bad effect. Where is it? There it is. It's not a bad effect. It's 2 cost. The Zort style is mainly for traits at this point. Yeah, exactly. Like, it feels like it's just kind of like fit in the niche, and it fits the niche of having a low-cost number and name, mainly for the Shining Gundam. Like, that's pretty much it. Also, how you doing, mate? Doing good? Yeah, like, this card's good. Like, it's good. But the problem is that this card already has... Like, the problem with this card is that you have to then play Argo. And unfortunately, as we just talked about, with the... Is it Maxter? Was it Maxter? No, not Maxter. Was it Rising Gundam? Like, this just does it and better. Which... I mean, in a situation, you can get this off over and over again, right? And it's very cool in that regard. But is it worth essentially putting 8 cards in the deck? I'm not too sure. Whereas with this one, you know, you have... Well, with the Rising Gundam and the Maxter, you get a search. You get a search. You get the -2. Yeah, so it's hard to justify the Bolt, but I do think it's still a nice little option. I'm going to give it like a 4 out of 5, I think. Doing alright, trying and failing to write a script for a video that will eventually get made. It happens to the best of us, mate. Like, don't worry about it. Just don't try and take it to, like, just relax. You're all good. I'm doing good, though, thank you. Looking forward to GD05. We're currently rating literally every card in the set, so... I could be wrong later down the line. So yeah, fun times. And I'm still like so far off, so I probably should speed up. It's like a 2-hour stream of just me talking about cards, so it's probably the reason why my videos are cut down so much sometimes. Anyways, let's go to Leo. This is the 2/2 for G Team. Now, to my knowledge, G Team doesn't have like anything that makes you want to go, oh yeah, this is like you need the early game, right? I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I guess it's this, Heavy Arms, which we haven't talked about yet. Right, I've rated all the 2/2s 5 out of 5, but this is going to be my first 4 out of 5, and I'm sticking to it. It's just, look, I think the 2/2s are very good in situations where you have, like, an early turn play that requires you to have a guy on the field or maybe in the trash. You know, a lot of the decks in this set do a really good job of it, like the Londo, you know, 2/2 because you need it to ramp and then also attack into another guy for free, essentially. So there are reasons why you want a 2/2, but I just don't think G Team have that answer just yet. So I'm going to go 4 out of 5. Death Scythe Hell. This is just like a dive bomb guy, right? It's like 5/2. It can attack on the turn it's deployed and then attack straight into it. 5/2. It gets rid of the majority of things on the field, but one blocker essentially kills you. So I'm going to go like 3 out of 5. I think it's okay, but paying 4 for like something like this is really difficult to really do. I think like it just doesn't really work that well. I don't think. Heavy arms. This is the one I probably just saw a moment ago. Yep. So this one is activate main. If you have another G team / preventer unit in play, choose one enemy unit with level 4 or lower. It gets AP -1 during this turn. I don't think this is a bad effect. I actually think like just having this as a constant threat on the field is actually really good. It's just the problem is that like I just don't know if G team / preventer is all there. So I'm a little bit hesitant on it, that's for sure. Obviously, like it can go a little bit crazy. You know, minus AP essentially just means that they might have to do a more difficult trade in the future, and that could definitely help. We haven't really seen that much in the Gundam card game yet, I'd say. So the main trick is just like, I have close combat, haha, your guy dies instead of it living. So yeah, I'll go 3 out of 5 for it as well. And this is the final unit, right? Because Kira next. Level 3, 1 cost 1 free. Militia got some cards. That's crazy. Do I want to know what this card like links with? Gavan. Jesus, that didn't stream. Do I want to see what this card does? I gotta be honest with you. So. You pay effect, you get to recover 2 HP. Yeah, that is definitely a very underwhelming card. That is definitely underwhelming. Alright. We are finally done with the units. My god, it's taken a while, hasn't it? Why am I getting... Right. So, we've done all the units now. Let's have a little bit of a recap, right? Let's do a little bit of a recap for some people that may have not joined us. If you haven't if you join us just now, hello! We are rating all of the GD05 cards. And we've gone through all the units so far. So we've got, what, AE... So it's about 50 cards left. These should be a lot more quicker, though, because they're going to be, like, pilots, very simple effects. So it should be a little bit more quicker. The main units are done now. So go over, like, some of the stuff. So I think the LRs in this set are really strong. The one I'm really struggling with is V2 Gundam. I just don't understand, like... I think it's an okay card. I just don't know where its place is, I guess. New Gundam's insane. We can all be honest about that. Master Gundam, Gaia Gundam. I actually really like Gaia Gundam. It's really good. Shining Gundam. Yeah, like decent stuff in the units category, I think. I'm gonna have to make like a graph or something like that to try and figure out like where I rated certain cards. There's a lot more purple than I expected, but I feel like the purple being 5 out of 5 perfect cards in their archetypes, essentially. I'm kind of interested to see the split. There's a few duds. What was it? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna burn at 4 of us something I'm happy about. They gave Academy a good card. They gave it a good card. Yippee! They did a good job. I think I'm happy with my choices so far. I think, to be fair, like if we remove just like the broken cards, which are like the 2/2s, and then also Gun Tank 2, I think it's quite clear. Like there's like what 1, 2. Javelins that, so 3, 4. Against 1. I know, right? It's so annoying. Guy Gundam, is this the... So it's 5. This is the 2/2, right? Yep. Yeah, so I think like there's like probably around like 7-ish like actual 5/5 cards that aren't just like 2/2s. But I think that's actually pretty decent. There's a decent amount of green as well, especially around this area. Like green got like the green colors got some crazy cards, so I think I'm happy with that actually. I think I'm very happy with that. Right. Let's start with the pilots. It's time to begin. Kira Yamato. Draw a card. +2/+2. Will I be seeing you at Rotherham? Yes, you should be seeing me at Rotherham. I haven't. Here's the thing, right? I kind of only decided literally like yesterday that I was going to go. So I have no hotel or anything booked. So I've got to sort that out. Probably just after the stream. So yeah, I've gotta figure that out. I don't know what I'm gonna be playing though. Might just play level 3 G-Gen. just like surprise people or something like that. Because actually, no, I should probably play a proper deck because I actually do want to get my invite. So yeah, I should be there. I should be there. It's just annoying that it's on GD05 release weekend. This has got a 4.3. This is like a 5. Let's just be honest. Like a draw card +2/+2 pilot. All good stuff. Andrew, 4 rating, repair 2, links with the draw 1. It's okay. I don't think it's anything crazy. Give it a 3/5. Kigali, blue, white, G-Gen tempo. Yeah, of course. You just get played with content. Kigali, return a unit with 1 HP. Next, brother. No, I've been playing green, white, G-Gen level 3. That's been quite fun, to be fair. It's been surprising a lot of people, but I'm also I'm not stupid. Like I know that there's gonna be like a lot of aggros. It's like it's final hurrah. So I'm just kind of like, fuck. Like, do I want to really deal with that? I'm feeling like no. So we'll figure it out, I guess. Henrik, +2/+0. Your tokens take 1 less damage from effect damage. A neat little effect, but doesn't really do that much. Don't think it links with anything either. So 1/5 again. I feel like it's very like cut and dry when it comes to like the pilots, because like it's either just a pilot that just doesn't see play, or it's just the best thing for its archetype, right? So I'll give it 2/5. Let's have a look. What does it link with? Let's find out, right? Enric. Moving on. Amora Array. I don't have to even look at this card and tell you that it's 5/5. In fact, this should be like 6/5. Like, this card's broken as hell. We should have a discussion about this card, by the way. Like, I don't know what the fuck they were thinking about this card, right? Like, what the fuck were they thinking? We They heard us complain about Amora Ray being very strong, and they were like, you know what, right? We should do it again. But like, let's just make it like a massive tank that no one can deal with. And that's what they've done. They've essentially just said, like, you know what? If you're on a swing, you should just not have any repercussions, and you should get breach. So have fun. This card's fucking stupid. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that card. Carousel. I mean, there are cards that specifically link with Kyra, Sue. They thought, let's put Peace Million on a pilot. Yeah, pretty much. Let's put Peace Million on a pilot. By the way, we're not going to do like when paired or like when linked for that type of effect. It's just going to be something that you can do. So have fun. Good luck. This card's okay. Like, it's a 2. Laudia. If it's Academy, it gains high maneuver. Now, I think this card is actually not that bad. Academy definitely likes having high maneuver because it just means that they can get through those blockers that they can't really deal with very well. So I actually don't think this card's that bad. It being rated 4.7 on the other hand, I'm not too sure about. Let me just make sure that like I'm not missing anything. Did I spell it wrong? Lauder, sorry. Yeah. It doesn't have like a specific link, but it can go with like Academy in general. I think it's a very strong card. Yeah, like just do it like Ferract or something like that. Just so that you can get rid of something and you need to do. Man, there's a lot of Academy cards in there, Jesus. You don't realise it until you're actually like properly looking at it, do you? It's okay. Like, I think it's a good card, but like it's definitely not 4.7. It's more like a 3. Because it's just a bit too much. It's a bit too much. The problem is with like pilots is that they really need to work in their decks for them to be actually added to the deck. It's very rare that you'll see like an off pilot in a deck. It's like with what's the card called? Akihiro, when he returns like a level 2 with Tekkanen when you destroy a unit. It's not a bad effect. It's just like there's no reason to run it, weirdly. Academy has a lot of breach, so a deal with its breach and then no shields. Yeah, like I get it. Like I do get it. It's just not exciting, right? Like it is just kind of like, oh, it has high maneuver. There are a lot of like generic like Academy things, and luckily it doesn't say like when linked. So you can do it with stuff like if you have a guy on the field and you're just like forcing lethal, you can just be like, oh yeah, this is Academy, yeah, slap that on there. You can't block this. Good games. It's not bad. This pilot, however, oh, this card's rated 3.9. That's very interesting. Prospera Mercury. All your units with Gundam Lifrith and Gun Node in their name get AP +1. Hey guys, do you like 3/4 Gundam Lifriths? It's a choice. To be honest, I actually agree with this consensus. Like, as more Lifriths and Gun Node cards do become more and more viable or like available, this card just gets better and better. And I'm sure this is going to have like, oh, it's a common, so it's not even going to have like an alt art probably. It should definitely have an alt art, but I think it's actually not a bad card. Obviously, people are complaining that it's like a level 5, 1 cost that is only +1/+2, should be +2/+2, but it just buffed everything. So I'm actually going to give it like a 4. I actually think this card's pretty decent. The first LR pilot. And it's a good one, to be fair. This one's actually like a really good pilot. Like, being able to just like have this. So actually, let me explain, right? So, is it like GD03 or GD04? We got the G thread that's just like play a token if your opponent has like 3 or less shields. Like, this is what this feels like essentially, but it's also a pilot and also it has better functionality in general because you get to play a unit, if not get as a pilot, and then you get to do 2 damage essentially when you use this effect. Obviously very pivotal towards the Gundam Fighter / MF deck. Yeah, this is an easy 5. This is easy 5. Stella Lucier. I think this card is actually not that bad. I've really enjoyed looking at what Phantom Pain has to offer. Obviously, there isn't like a crazy amount of it so far. And we'll probably get some more in GD06, probably, I would assume. Already something that's like biological CPU adjacent. This is just like a search kind of card. If it's just a Phantom Pain card, add it to your hand. If not, return it to the bottom of the deck. +2/+0, level 3 pilot, so similar to like a Char. Obviously, Char is more stronger because you get not only high maneuver, but you get your additional AP, so you get like 3 stats instead of 2. So it's a very interesting card, and I'm sure this card's going to have an amazing ult. This is going to have like one of the best ults in the game, probably. I can just feel it. Although it's a very tragic card, I would say. I think this is really good. I'm going to give it a 4. I think if there's more Also important, so it's just Phantom Pain cards. So like, it could be a pilot, could be a unit, could be a base, and the base is good. So I want to play around with Phantom Pain quite a bit. Actually, I want to see how it works. So I think that's gonna be like the new age. It already sort of looks like an old. Yeah, I know, right? Like it looks like. Well, she's on the shopping. She's doing shopping, right? So it looks really good. If this wasn't alt, it would be expensive as fuck. Her best alt will go to Caliban, I'm afraid. Not that I'm biased. I'm trying to think if there's like an alt already that's been like shown off that I'm like, this is way better. This is the best alt. I really like the Gundam one. Really like the Gundam one. Oh, Strike Freedom's also really good. And the Amora array. Yeah, like there's a decent amount. There's a decent amount that I like, but we'll have to wait and see Caliban. I'm sure it'll be alright. What was I saying? Did I rate this card? Did I not rate this card? I did rate this card. Okay. So next card is Sting Oakley. Sting Oakley. This is an interesting pilot. It could be a 2/2 pilot depending on if your opponent has trash or not. And it works into that like aggro style, right? Because you essentially just, you know, you swing a lot into their shields, they get enough cards in their trash, and then you just get like a 2/2, and it's pretty strong in that regard. So I think it's actually not that bad. The only issue is that it doesn't link with the best cards in Phantom Pain. If I remember correctly, like this is Sting. So let me type in Sting real quick. Yeah, it links with Chaos Gundam, which isn't that great, and it also links with this Chaos mode, which I think this is not that bad. Like, I do like the breach tree on it, and I've rated it pretty highly because of that. But if you link with this, it becomes what, a 5/6 potentially. It's not bad. I'm gonna give it a 3. I think it's just a bit too situation. Aeol, on the other hand, I think is very strong, but it's only on your turn, right? It gets +2 AP when you attack the enemy player. Spoiler alert, this is just for breaking bases, because bases are going to be annoying for this deck pretty much, and also just want to guarantee kills when you can. Still another +1/+1 pilot, level 3, so not going crazy with the stat line, but I do think this is probably the better one, because this has the better links in the Vitamin Ale. It has the better BQ, and it also has the discard, which this is the most important card for Ale. Now, obviously, you can just link this with any, or pair this with any Phantom Pain pilot, but it gets you more value. So, yeah, and also if you link this with Ale, you'll get to break a 6 health base. So, important to note. So yes, it's a good card. I think I prefer this over the Sting, so I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Char. Char. This is going to get like a banging ult, by the way. If this doesn't get a banging ult, I'm going to be very disappointed. This just gets you to deploy the base. Like, and it obviously works very well in the Sazabi strategy, you know, being able to bring out the base, then you get to play a guy out for free, all that good stuff. It's a very simple combo. It's a very narrow combo. There's not much deviation off it, but +2/+2 char. It can also work with the other chars available to it. You know, the Zeong, and then if you go into Neo Zeon bases, like I think this has a lot of things going for it. So I'm gonna give it a 4. I don't think it's 5. And the reason why I'm saying 4 and not 5 is because it's Neo Zeon base, right? If it was Zeon base, like you could probably say it, but as it's Neo Zeon base, I don't think there's many choices in it. I think it's mainly just the Zanzibar, but Zeon, so you can't do that. Neo Zeon mining asteroid, like that's cool, but that means if you do that one, then you don't have access to the green side, which you want. Yeah, because it's like the Neo Zeon stuff's like more red, right? So there's like a crazy amount of flexibility. Because it's all Xeon. Yeah. All the green stuff is Xeon, red Neo Xeon. So yeah, just a bit of an awkward one. Quests. This card was interesting when I saw it, but I just don't think it does anything. When it's destroyed, when you choose one of your units, reduce the next damage it takes by 2. Bleh. It's a +1/+1 pilot, which already isn't that great, and it feels like an extension of a combo piece that you don't really need the extension of, so we'll pass. This is another card that we saw a little bit earlier because I was curious about what the restand is for its pilot, because you get to destroy a unit, and if you do it restands, but it can't attack. So this is what it does. It becomes a blocker. Is it worthwhile you playing it for that reason? Probably not, I would say. So I think it's like a free. I don't think it's like a crazy effect, but it's definitely a effect of all time. Chad, I can't believe they printed Chad. Of all the people to print, they had to print Chad, right? You may deal 1 damage to this unit. If you do, choose one of your other technical units, it recovers 1 HP. It's a bit of manipulation. +0, +2 pilot is definitely interesting. I just don't think it does enough, unfortunately. Just feels a bit weird. Obviously they want you to do is like combine this with the Lupus Rex, so it just constantly heals, and who cares? Like, it's like a 2. I'll tell you what isn't a 2 though. This bloody card. Oh my god. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? This card's insane. I don't know what they were thinking with this, but this card just does everything that Shuffle Alliance / Gundam Fighters wants you to do. Like, draws you a card, discards a card. Great, we already have Cycle. And then if you discard a special move, you just get to activate its effect. Sure. Sure, man. We're just going to put this at 5 and carry on because it's just the key part of its strategy. Now, it's only when paired, so you need to do this once, but if you did this more than once, I think this game needs a reset at that point. So, G Gundam is so good and fun. Yeah, yeah. I haven't tested it yet, but like... Whew. Right, Hero. When this unit destroys an enemy shield area with damage, choose one enemy unit, gets AP -2 during this turn. I'm going to be a bit controversial here. I don't think it's as good as people think. The AP -2 is obviously very nice, and it is just like an effect that constantly can happen. And it can be attached to any unit. But just doesn't excite me. Like, it feels a bit awkward. Like, you really want the AP -2 before you swing, right? And get rid of a shield area because you want it with the breach and everything like that. So I think it's still good. And I think it's 4 out of 5. I don't think it's anything crazy. But like, it's another hero, and having another hero as a name is very important. So we play. I think I'll put it at 4. I'm with you on the hero. Yeah, exactly. Like, it just feels like a bit too win more, right? Like, because you don't like, you have to have like a field already to do the -2 and then get the value from the -2, right? Because if you go into like the Endless Waltz wing, you get rid of the shields, cool, you do -2 something. You need to get rid of the other unit on the field then, and you kind of want it before. So, just whatever. It's like a 4. It's still a good pilot, and it's still generic, and it's still powerful, but it just doesn't wow me. If rules let you get -4 suppression, I think it'd be higher, but it doesn't. Yeah, no, like it. Yeah. Trouble Barton. Is this the? Oh no, this is the draw 1, discard 1, +1, +2. Just, it's not a bad effect, but we know what's coming up next, and it's this card right here, Quattro. This is probably one of the more controversial cards of the set, right? This is a card that I think people are very scared about, and I think rightfully so, because this card answers a lot of problematic things, right? This answers cards that, you know, Gundam Amuro might not be able to, and it's very strong for that reason. However, with Amuro, it has a really, really good unit attached to it. Quattro, to my knowledge, doesn't. Right, let me just check. it has like the Sandrock custom, which allows you to do -2. So it's kind of like a weaker version of a Gundam. Like instead of not having the repair 2, you get -2 AP. Like I think this card is rated very highly, and I understand why. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna do this. Might be my most controversial take of the stream. It generally might be, right? Now, I know a lot of people read this card and they go, oh my god, this is insane, right? Like, this just allows you to rest pretty much everything in the game, and you can't do it. But the thing is, is that, like, it just doesn't have the unit to go along with it. Gundam is really good because it has an AP +1 attached to it, and also has a repair attached to it. But the best unit that Quattro has access to is Sandrock EW, right? And it only gives you -2, and it just doesn't do enough to me, right? Like you're not like this card, this and Quattro are not being slammed into white decks just because it is another like effect like this. I just don't see it. I just don't see it, right? And I'm just looking at the other ones because I don't know if there's anything else. I don't think there is. Like, I just really don't see it. I don't at the moment. I could be wrong, and I'm more than happy to be wrong. But like, from everything, like this is only like, bearing in mind as well, like this is only a 5 AP, right? Like with Gundam, you get to 6 AP, which can be very important in situations. I just don't see it enough. I think is do Amuro and Kira once. I get that. I do get that. But like it just doesn't, I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I think it's a good card. But I just don't think it has like a unit to go along with it. That goes well with it. This is a decent unit. Allows you to heal one of your militia units. Now the problem is that it's difficult to heal, I guess, with this. The idea is that you use this with like the Kapul, right? To get like an additional heal. It's not that bad in that regard, but like I'm just meh. I'm not feeling it. Now we get into command cards. Now, command cards I think are a little bit tricky because essentially it boils down to command good, command bad, right? Wings of Light. Now I had a few arguments about this card because I was like, I don't think this card works very well. It's definitely not a League Militaire card. Let me tell you. Return a guy or 3 HP recovery. It's okay, right? However, you can't activate both at the same time, so it feels a bit meh. 3 HP is not really like a crazy draw for you to put it in. We've had heal cards in the past. They've never really done well. And I don't know. I'm just not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. So I'm going to give it like a 3 because there are applications for it, but not with Scattershot. Choose one enemy unit, recovers 1 HP, gets +2 AP for the turn. It's a neat little effect. It's a Titans card, but it's kind of meh. Let's be real. At the risk of one's life, choose one Shrike team unit. It gains the following effect during this turn. Choose one enemy friendly League Militaire unit. Says active. It's a cool effect, right? It's a very neat effect, and can definitely, you know, do some cool stuff with it. But it requires you to have a Link in play, another guy in play, and then also this. So for me, it's just a bit too much setup. It's a 105. Exclusively defense-oriented policy. This card pissed me off because I've been playing a lot of G Generation, and G Generation has a card very similar to this called Warship Cruise. But this one is level 3 1 cost, and this one Where is it? It's level 2 1 cost. So like, and it only has action, not main. So it's an objectively worse version. At least with this one, it has like multiplayer use, but it's just like, come on, man, come on. I don't think it's bad, by the way. Like, I actually think it's not that bad at all. It's just like a little bit air. So I think this, if you want to like play aggro, maybe this is a card you want to move yourself towards a little bit. So keep that in mind. Mutual Attraction. This card here, this card right here. This is a very underrated card. We haven't really got like generic ramp. Like there isn't a card. Well, there is a card. It's called First Contact, right? But it doesn't have the same modularity that this card does, because not only does this allow you to place a resource, but it can also just get you a Moro Ray back, and that's pretty strong, I would say. So we're going to put it at a 4 because I think it has good modularity in the green decks that it wants to be in, and also if you want to ramp, you can ramp. It's a nice little if effect. So yeah. All right, here we are. Here we are. This is what do I say about this card? Because this is like the first 10 cost card that's level 10, obviously. And it's a very interesting card, right? Because it reads insane, right? Oh my god, you get to destroy the first 2 cards in that player's shield area, you know? To win you the game, right? Like it's an effect that could potentially win you the game. That is 1/3 of your opponent's shields, right? Like that is very strong, right? However, are you really getting to the point in the game where you're super late game, you're paying 10 cost for this and winning the game? Now, obviously, Caliburn does a really good job of helping this. How much would you pay for a suppression swing? That's the thing, right? Like that is the comparison for sure, right? I'm trying to think that what's the lowest suppression I would pay for. I mean, I don't know what number specifically, but at the moment I pay 6 for 4 form, right? That is my guy, right? So if you put that together, you're getting less effect, right? And then you're also getting a -1/-1, 1 damage on each side, right? And then you get to swing for suppression. So that's what, 5 cost? So essentially, you're paying for 2 4 form and Mika, right? Now, obviously, this is just 1 card and that's 2 cards, which is a huge deal. It's the most, if I can only ever play 2 copies, and even then I might be running too many. Yeah, I know. Like this is the problem, right? This is the problem with this card, right? Like it reads cool. Like Burst is actually really good, right? Just being able to play a resource for free, pretty cool. And then being able to do something like this is pretty powerful. I think this is really powerful actually in a situation where like you're in like a stalemate and you know your opponent just has like loads of blockers. You just force this and then you go for game, right? That works. But I think it's just a bit too expensive. It's a very powerful effect, don't be wrong. I'm going to give it 2 out of 10. It's gonna be a meme card. I think definitely down the line, I'm going to make a deck where the whole the game plan is to win through interwoven blessings. For sure. Giljerk. This is a redirect while also being a pilot. Not a bad card, actually. I do like the high maneuver a little bit more, though. So we're going to give it a 3 out of 5. Another Academy card, which allows you to recover, and if that has a pilot paired with it, if it was paired with a pilot that's level 3 or lower, draw 1. Now, to my knowledge, if I was to go and click on Dawn of Fold, they're not level 4, right? Level 3. Yeah, they're level 5 and level 4, respectively. Now, if this was like, if it was paired with a pilot, draw 1, it would be so much better. If this was just like EX resource, like, draw one card. Like, it would be so much better, but it's just the worst case scenario. It's unplayable. It's unplayable. Darkness Finger, on the other hand, is a broken card. What were they thinking with this? They've got their own archetypal close combat that costs 1 and also allows them to draw cards. Yeah, exactly. It's a real Academy card, which means it has this really convoluted thing that doesn't really work, but we've got to add it anyways. that is Academy right there. Darkness Finger's broken. Right, this card's broken. Just move on. Airframe Seizure. Oh, it's this card. Hey, you want to see a broken card, guys? This might be the most push card in the set. I'm not even joking. Like, this opens so much for the Gundam card game. Like, this does insane. Like, this fixes a lot of issues for a lot of decks, right? So if you're going to play, like, for example, Purple Red, right? Purple Red is a deck archetype that got, you know, played around with a little bit with its ping and Tekken and stuff, right? This, however, is a draw card that they desperately needed because not only can they discard a card, which helps them fuel stuff like Lupus, stuff like Savior, you know, but also actually draw. So, yeah, this card's insane. Just go next. Just go next. Polka Kyoten Juzaken. This one gives you Breach, and then you get to attach itself to it. +2/+0, pretty decent effect. It's definitely not the best one, but it's definitely a 4 out of 5. Like, it's definitely very strong. Rose Screamer. Not so great. Not so great. Allows you to get AP +2. AP buffs don't really matter as much. It's nice, it's neat, it's a little cool effect. It's still a decent effect because it's still an effect and you get to link straight away pretty much. So I'm not going to complain about that, but it's not that enough, I think. Probably put it at 3.5. 3 out of 5. Widespread Annihilation. This is an interesting card, right? Because this card can win you the game, right? Like, let's say they got like a field of blockers or something like that, right? This just slows them down completely, and you feel great about it, right? I think this card is, I think it's the first of its type, where it's just like a complete board wipe. So it's very powerful, and it's statted for that reason, especially. 6 cost, level 6. It's a big ask. It's a big ask. Where I land on it is like a 3 out of 5 because I feel like most decks at this point have a real good way of answering things, especially competitive ones. I'm looking through this as a competitive mindset, so keep that in mind. So most decks should have a way to answer said things, right? But if you don't, this is like a nice like sideboard card, I think. Like, this is something that you can add to the sideboard if sideboard does become more common, and it'll be pretty decent. New type Labs Director. Draw 1 burst, and then main choose 1 Neo Xeon Pilot card from your trash, add it to your hand. Hello, Char. Hello, Char. But also, hello, Full Frontal. Hello, Merida Cruz, if you decide to play it. It's not a bad card. It's just, this kind of effect just doesn't really land very well in the Gundam card game. But it's the cheapest version of it, I think, right? So, I don't know. I'm going to give it like a 2 out of 5, I think. Veteran's Pride, another Neo Xeon resin. Choose 1 enemy unit that's level 2 or lower, destroy it. A nice little effect and can be decent as well, but going 1 for 1 for a 2/2 in the deck, which have also just been limited, it's a bit difficult to justify that. 1 out of 5. Let's clear this up a little bit. Become a Shield. Another Tekkadan card. Shout out to my Tekkadan cards. Ride Mass. Kiyama. Choose 1 of your units and 1 enemy unit. Deal 1 damage to them. Who cares? I mean, it's not a bad card, don't be wrong. But, like, it just doesn't really do anything in the Tekkadan deck because there's very rarely, like, a generic link for Tekkadan. The closest thing that you'll probably get to is something like a a Ryusi Go custom. So yeah, not anything crazy, unfortunately. I'll give that like a 2 because it's still got like, something going for it. We're almost at the end here. It's kind of crazy. Incendiary Spark. I don't know what they keep on doing with these cards, man. Choose one enemy unit. It gets -2 AP during the turn. If you use an EX resource to play this card, rest the enemy unit. So it's like an Academy Dawn of Fold card that isn't an Academy Dawn of Fold card. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? It's pretty meh, actually. You know what card also does this? Unforeseen. And it doesn't force you to use your EX resource to get the best value out of it. So, probably like a 2 out of 5 for me. Zex Marquis allows you to get -3 AP when you choose an enemy unit that is battling one of your units that's level 5 or higher. I'm just gonna show you this really cool card called Unforeseen, and this just does it. No questions asked. Now, obviously, this is a pilot, so it does matter, but unfortunately, Zex has a better pilot already. So it's like a 2 out of 5 for me again. There's a lot of 2 out of 5s in this area, but yeah. Shining Finger. What can I say about this card? Rest a guy, and then choose a unit with Shining Gundam in its name. Just give it first strike, so yeah. Pretty good. Cyclone Punch. This is probably the best special move that they have access to in the deck, because this is just essentially a an unforeseen, but you also get to link with it after, and that is very powerful in that regard. So for me, I think this is easily the best special move they have available to them. 5 out of 5. Graviton Hammer. This is the rest version, so +2. Not that bad. Not anything crazy, I would say here. But it's definitely a decent effect to have. I'm going to put this also at... I'll put this at 4, actually, because it is still got a decent use case. It's just that the unit that you link with it isn't that great, and it just doesn't have like enough resource loop, I would say. Archangel. Just in case Orb needed to be any better, they have a base now that essentially just means effect damage. We don't like that, actually. It's a decent base. It's a weird one because it's like an 05 base, but you're going to be using it late game pretty much, I would say. So it's a bit of a weird one, but I mean, overall, it's a really good base for the deck. So it's like a 4 out of 5, in my opinion. Caleb. This just allows you to like reduce the attack by 1 as an activate main effect. So you can do this with stuff like the new Gundam, heal with the Amuro Ray, and also reduce a little bit. So it's a very oppressive card, I would say. You can only do it once per turn because you have to rest the base. So it's interesting, but I do think it's a really good... Oh, did I not? I forgot to do White Arc. I missed White Arc. Oopsies. But I think it's a 4 out of 5. White Arc is the... Yeah, the Legion Militaire one. Legion Militaire have this really awkward thing where, unfortunately, they have a really good base in Reinforce or Reinforce. Because get a free body, that is the main game plan of the strategy, is really good. And you're going to have to split this like 3-2, and you'd rather have the unit, I think. So it's a bit of a miss, I think. I think it's like 2 out of 5. Also, the main synergies with V2 Gundam, and I'm not rating V2 Gundam that highly. So, yeah. White Zero, I think... It's a hard one to rate, I think, because... I think this is the first time tokens had like breach. I could be wrong, but it has to have like it's an 06 base, so it lasts a little bit longer, which is nice. You pay 2. If you have a Gundam aerial in play that's level 5 or higher, get to play a 2/2 token. It's decent value engine, and if you can constantly block your opponent out from getting rid of it, you get like a decent amount of advantage, and works well with the Gundam aerial in the set. So it's not bad actually. I'd give it a 4 out of 5. Then we have Gertie Lu. This is the Phantom Arcane base, and this one's been rated pretty poorly, which is very interesting to me because I actually think the effect is actually pretty decent. It has a decent effect in the, stopping a friend. Well, you have to have a link in play, which obviously isn't that great, and then also stops a blocker, which the deck really wants to stop, essentially. So I actually don't think it's that bad. But the problem is that, is it enough as a base? Probably not. And while I want it to be good, it's kind of like a 2 out of 5 effect for me. Gundam Fight is also a really meh base, I would say. It just lets you to rest it, and then a link gets plus AP 2 for the turn. It's not that bad, and it's repeatable. It's not like a once per deploy effect or something like that. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just not crazy either. I'd give it like a 3 out of 5, I think, because it does have a place in the deck. Maybe you need to get rid of like a problematic unit, and the plus 2 AP does matter. The only issue is that it doesn't have the traits, it only has Stronghold, so you could probably find a better base, to be fair, for the deck. Axis is insane. If you destroy one of your guys by sort of effect, you get to deploy level 3. This is what the engine needed to keep itself afloat. So, shockingly, this is going to be a 5 out of 5 base for its archetype. It can't be splashing other things, but that's fine. But for the Neo Zeon stuff, it's really good. And then finally, the last card in Presidential Office. This is a very unique card, allowing you to play another one from your hand when it gets destroyed. It's a unique effect. Just doesn't really do enough for me. I'll give it 2 out of 5 because I do think there are interesting things about it. It's the first one that allows you to like deploy a base after a base gets destroyed. But is that effective? I don't know. But yeah, it's taken almost 3 hours, but we're finally done. It's done. Like all of the reviews are done. Now, there's a lot more 5s than I expected, but I think for me, the 5s come from just like they are really good in their archetypes, and also they're like the 2/2s, which are always like very powerful. So I'm actually curious. Can I like do a table? If I was to do like this, can I like tools, not form, insert a chart. There we go. Let's do a pie chart. So that's what we have. Count of rating. So, from this little chart, it seems quite clear where the power is really lying. It's been a great man. Love the insight. Appreciate it, man. Thank you for hanging out. So, the stats are saying, right, let's be clear, that the decks, the cards do seem pretty powerful, but like in a middling way, like about 50% of the set is weak, right? But I would argue, right, like if we were to remove the like 2/2s and stuff like that, because let's be real, like the 2/2s were, a big chunk of the 5 out of 5 stats, it'd be a lot lower, right? And the reason why they're only there is because like they're just so generic for the deck, like they're decent. So like a lot of this is like around the middling area. There's not that many like real stinkers, right? There's not many stinkers, thankfully. But there are a decent amount of like meh cards. Like, what is that? 66 cards on average are like meh. Then we get into like the 4 out of 5s and like what? That's almost what, like 50, 56? And I think that's pretty decent, like, obviously the majority of the stuff is just kind of like meh stuff, but almost half the set being really good, I think really shows what kind of set this is. Now, I think what helps this set a lot is that this is kind of like the next level of the game, right? Like, this is where archetypes really start to get like stapled in, like you know, for example, new Gundam really wants to swing into things, get EX resources, all that good stuff. You know, we're seeing with Shining Gundam, you know, you want to use like command cards and then combine them with your units to get massive value. There are a lot of cool things happening in this set, and decks are finally getting their identity in this set. Like Sazabi getting a self-destruction effect, Shining get like a command type effect. It's really starting to build into something very cool, and in combination with like the ban list, it definitely does open up pretty much like all of these decks to actually be something in the meta game. I would say, like there are a few decks I'm just like, who gives a shit? Like, you know, Sandrock, G Team stuff. Like, I don't think it's very exciting, but stuff like the Phantom Pain stuff, I think is really strong. Potentially, depending on the how ban list really affects it. So I'm really looking forward to this set. Really looking forward to this set. I think there's a lot of good stuff in here that we can explore. Academy got good stuff as well. Like, it feels like if you're a fan of certain decks, you are eating well. I think the only one that isn't eating is actually IPO. Like, yeah, we have like the Floros. I mean, we are eating a little bit actually. We've got some blockers, so I'm actually not going to say anything about that actually. The Lupus Rex is the most disappointing thing ever. Like, this card right here is the most saddening card known to man for me. For me, like specifically for me. Like, for me, this card should be epic. This card should be what the deck needs, but instead it's just kind of like a meh card. And it makes me sad. So I think that's the rating. Like, what about you guys in chat? Are there any cards that you disagree with, or what is the thing that you're looking forward to the most? Like, is there anything like is there an archetype that's in here that you're looking forward to? Because I think for me, obviously I'm gonna be interested in Tekkadan, right? Like, that's just me. But I think overall, Phantom Pain, definitely interested in. But I think the thing that I'm really looking forward to is Shining. Not the Shining. Where is he? There it is. This is the archetype that I'm looking forward to the most. And it also makes me want to actually go watch the anime series. So I might go do that. It was great hanging out. Thank you. I think I said that already. The set itself is an evolution rather than a revolution, but you combine that with the ban list, it's a whole new game. I agree. Like, I feel like the game at this point, especially after the ban list, like obviously we haven't seen the you know, the ban list in play, like at a competitive event, and when the ban list does become live alongside GD04, GD05 essentially, it's gonna be interesting to see where it lands. But I think overall, it definitely does feel like the dark days are over. At least when it comes to the card design, pricing is a whole different thing. Blue, white with a top end, with a new top end looks fun. Yeah, I agree. I think the orb stuff. When I first saw the Strike Freedom, I was like, "Ooh, I'm not too sure. Like, it has to really depend on the orb cards." But the more I read this card, the more I'm really excited for it. And you know, the alt art looks insane. Like, we saw it a moment ago, right? Like, this card looks insane, right? It's the same art that's the Epion artist, right? Like, it's Hazuma Yokazu. Let me check. Is it this? I can't spell Epion, right? Epi. Not this one. Is it the same artist? Yeah, it is. Like, it just looks so good, man. It just looks so good. But like all the art that they've shown off so far have actually been really good. I love this Kira. I don't think I'll be playing Orb, but like this Kira is so nice. And also, where is it? This card right here. Ooh-wee. This card's gonna be expensive as well, I think. This card's gonna be crazy. It's got everyone, man. Like, so cool. Anyways. But yeah, that was my review of GD05. I think GD05 is looking to be a really good set, and I honestly can't wait to make content for it. I've actually taken time off so I can actually prepare videos for the channel for GD05 because I think it's going to be a very fun time, and hopefully I can get you all prepared for GD05 launch. But that's me done for tonight, guys. Thank you all for hanging out for this 3-hour stream talking about all the cards in the set. Thank you so much. If you are going to be at Rotherham, I'll see you there. But until then, please subscribe to the channel. The support is always greatly appreciated. And